Hello there, and welcome back.
What is this place?
Disconnected.
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 I'm starting to feel disconnected.
You have reached a number that has been disconnected.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Thursday Night Reconnected. It's the first Thursday of December, which means the good doctor's here. Will, welcome.
Hey, man.
How
you doing? Oh, my goodness. What?
What are we looking for?
I was trying to get this. You're streaming vertically, and I was trying to get my screen to be landscape.
All right.
So I think we got it.
We are both like extra exhausted this week. Both been working our tails off. What's been going on for you, sir?
Mostly stuff I can't talk about, which is really exciting. I hope one day to be able to share it with everybody. Yeah, it's been. I'm excited that the semester is coming to an end. Started back up full time in a new role as a traditional full time lecturer in the media studies department. We got a new department head who is. This is what a great way to start the show. He wants to revamp the curriculum, which is really exciting, like adding or re-energizing courses like film theory and a new emphasis on non-Western cinema. And it's all stuff that I get to work on because it falls into my specialities. So it's been busy, been doing a lot of traveling. Started tabling for Severin at horror cons this year. Did 2 in the last couple months. Signed up for 3 more already for 2026. I know you just signed up to do one in 2026.
Yeah, if anybody's gonna be in Kansas City for Crypticon next August, we'll see you there.
So it's just been, kind of rolling out of your Thanksgiving episode. I'm really, really thankful personally for some of the experiences I've gotten to have this year, even as we've dealt with some tumultuous and, dare we say, troubling issues in the world.
And that is putting it mildly, even.
Trying to focus on the positive in the hopes that will push out some good vibes into the world. I don't know.
Well, speaking of pushing out good vibes, Josephine wants to know, what's your favorite sewer scenes in movies?
Oh, definitely A Time to Kill, Aaron Brockovich. Underground sewers. The Third Man, for sure. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, got to have those.
The dichotomy, yeah.
Probably my favorite movie, partly set in the sewer, Big Trouble in Little China.
How about some great choices? Big Trouble is great. The others are great as well. Carrie Mulligan wants to know, do you have any thoughts on Shirley Temple? I don't think you and I have ever talked about Shirley Temple.
No, I don't think we have. Her adult movies. Let me make that clarify that. The movies she made as an older person. Fort Apache, the John Wayne film. Henry Fonda, love Fort Apache. Yeah. I don't think I've seen many child Shirley Temple movies.
I certainly saw a lot when I was a kid because my sister loved her, but not a lot in a very long time.
Yeah, that's a disappointing answer, isn't it? But no, I mean, like, a lot of those movies are, got a bunch of racist shit in them. So
Tons, yeah, tons. Let's get into some.
wait, what sewer movie? What about your sewer?
When I saw Josephine's question, the first thing that came to me was Chud. Like, I feel like you have to mention Chud.
Sure.
It's the obvious pick here. Big Trouble is another really easy go-to for me. Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was probably my biggest one as a kid. Yeah, I think that it gives some really nice filming locations. Hell, I'll even shout out the movie I didn't love, the new Running Man. The scene that's shot in the sewer is well shot. Good job, Edgar Wright.
Oh, you know what I love with Shirley Temple in it? The Bachelor and the Bobby Soxer. That movie is weird.
Never seen that one.
She gets she's in high school and she develops a crush on the very adult Cary Grant.
What the hell?
And Cary Grant sends her her older sister. And I guess because, see, this just goes to show that generations haven't changed much. A psychologist or something like that says that if he rejects Shirley Temple outright, she'll be like psychically traumatized. So he has to like play along with her crush.
Ooh.
So it's simultaneously creepy and coddling.
Ooh.
But it's funny. It's a funny movie. The Bachelor and the Bobby Soxer. I recommend it.
All right. That's weird.
Not out on Blu-ray yet for some reason, but I believe Warner Brothers. So maybe one of these days we'll get a Warner Archive edition. I will say this is the last show for me for 2025.
It's true.
And I have, as is my custom, brought 20 movies from my collection that are still only available on DVD to wish them into HD existence. I had a very successful 2025.
Yes, you did.
My wish list. And so now I have a new wish list because
do you remember how many you got this year that you would wished for?
It was like half of them.
Yeah, it was a significant number.
Who was it just pointed out Return of the Living Dead 3? I can't believe I forgot that for sewer movies.
That was Stan, of course.
Stan, of course. I'm the River Man. Love Return. I showed Return of the Living Dead 3, of course, in my cult films class this semester in preparation for our talk with Brian Usna. And one of my students said, and as a compliment, that it was the saddest zombie movie he'd ever seen. Like the love story, you know? And,
yeah.
Not true. The saddest zombie movie ever made is the Fangoria movie I mentioned last time, iZombie. That shit is so... Anybody who can watch iZombie without crying during the final scene is a monster. An absolute demonic monster.
All right. Let's get into DVD wishlist time.
At the end? You want to do that now?
Yeah, let's do it now. Everybody's all excited about it because you brought it up.
Are they really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm holding up a giant mug here. I want to let people know because I know there's always speculation about what kind of substances are coursing through my bloodstream.
Yes, tonight he is drinking his own piss.
I am continuing my so supportive. I'm continuing my sobriety journey, my off and on sobriety journey. I am drinking a tea made of what's that stuff? It's lemon and ginger, like some kind of Wiccan. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm a freaking warlock tonight, drinking this tea made out of vines and fungus.
Before you name any of the wish list titles, do you remember any of the big ones that you would wish for last year that came true this year that you want to shout out?
I can't remember. some of them I can't even remember if they were on the list last year because I've done it like 3 times now. Yeah. But Wild Style got announced. Sex and Fury. Shit, what else? I don't even know. It was so many. I'd have to go back and look at the show because I do believe we did that at the very end of the show last time, so it was like 4
It was
in the morning.
delirious.
Some of the ones in my stack were definitely there last year. I added some new ones. I wanted to keep it at 20, so I cut out some of the ones that I wished for that I have not gotten yet, like Pennies from Heaven, Brother, Sun, Sister, Moon, stuff like that.
And all of these are no HD releases, right? Nowhere in the world.
As far as I know, I looked them all up, and so if anybody knows of an HD release that I have missed, please put it in the chat. So you want to do that first before watches and
Hell yeah, let's do it. Otherwise, that'll get lost.
did you bring some? I told you
I did not bring any. No,
it's just me.
This is all about you, buddy.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, you want me to start?
Let's do it.
I've got them in a stack. So for those in the podcast, you won't see this, but I'm holding up the DVDs for the viewers at home. First one, Rudolph Mattei's noir classic DOA. I don't even know. It's in the public domain. At the very least, film masters should have put out a a damaged version. This needs to be. I hope that the reason it hasn't come out yet is because someone is trying to find the best elements available and do a serious 4K. Would love to work on this film. This is one of my favorite noirs of all time. I'm assuming most people know what DOA is. A man finds that he's been poisoned and he has a day to find out who did it before he dies. Doesn't get more noirish than that.
It's pretty great.
So that's number one.
Number one.
Number two. Cheating a little bit, a box set, but I've said that. I know I've said this one several years in a row. Where are the Hanzo the Razor movies?
Yeah.
Come on, people.
I believe there is a rumor that Criterion owns the rights to these, and
That would be great.
they're just sitting on them at the moment.
Well, they're also fairly controversial since, well, y'all just look it up. I don't want to traumatize anyone by describing what happens in these movies. So that's my second title. My third one is another one I've asked. I've already sent Cast Blast to bed. I've asked for this one several times before, and I am looking forward to the possibility of seeing Eddie Deason at a con to ask him to sign my copy of Midnight Madness.
Frickin' Disney.
The best movie Michael J. Fox was ever in. Prove me wrong.
And that's only because there's not a Spin City movie.
Next, this is one that I have recommended, hint, hint, to a certain boutique company that likes to look for obscure international films. That is Norwegian Ninja. Great movie. Funny, action-packed. And because it's Norwegian, there is dark drama to it as well. Existential.
We talked about a few months ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought.
I'm pushing it hard. Norwegian Ninja. That's great. Okay. Next up, speaking of drama, an overlooked film with Robert De Niro and Ed Harris as damaged Vietnam vets. Not related to hunting deer, but instead crashing semi-trucks. It's called Jackknife.
Good title. Yeah. Good title.
Yeah. It could be any genre you can think of.
Coming to Melusine 2026.
Next up, these are in no particular order, which I probably should have thought about. But next up, this is a film by a multi-hyphenate talent who I love and I'm obsessed with. That's right. Dolph Lundgren directs and stars in The Russian Specialist. This movie's actually badass. He plays a Russian assassin. The end.
Got it.
Some great action, good story, good solid writing. This is the best movie I think Dolph Lundgren has directed. It shows that he's a legit director. Next, not a good movie that Silent Mandible read about Hands of the Razor. Yeah, I know, but it's historic value. All right, speaking of Hands of the Razor, Screwed. Now, somehow this is not a great movie. Danny DeVito, Norm Macdonald, and Dave Chappelle, nonetheless, and it is something like a screwball comedy, which is probably why it's not great, because it does not play to Dave Chappelle or Norm Macdonald's strengths.
Not at all.
But they clearly seem to like what they're doing. And look at the paint job on DeVito's dye beard there. That's great.
It's brilliant.
What is this from, like 97?
It's got to be around there. It was right before Dirty Work, right?
Okay, it's 90, 95, 96. I think it's worth rediscovery. Not a classic, but maybe one day it'll find its audience. All right. Cult Epics had an epic sale over the weekend, and I want to plug an HD upgrade for Norifumi Suzuki's School of the Holy Beast.
Yep, I've been wanting that one. And isn't this, I believe, Error 4444 to announce that they have this, and we're just waiting for it, I think?
I don't know. I've signed up for their newsletter many times, but I rarely get it.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever gotten a newsletter from them either.
So all right, I'm going to take a sip of my concoction.
Well, while you share that, I'm going to share one of my pickups since you brought him up. I did a Will Dodson make me proud moment. I got in Dolph Lundgren's Dark Angel in 4K.
Is that a reversible cover?
It's not.
So I can't get it. It's got to be called I Come in Peace.
I got to admit, I've never seen it, and that's why I bought it, to make you proud. I get to watch it.
Love it. I Come in Peace is awesome. Do you know anything about it? Don't find out. Go cold. Go in cold. Seriously, go in cold.
I know what I've said on here, and that's about it.
That's it? You don't know anything? Don't even read the back.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Don't look at a trailer. Nobody post about it in the chat. You can say it's awesome, but that's it. Don't say a word. I want, watch it this week. I want to know. I want you to talk about it on the show next week.
Craig says, I love how excited Will is right now.
It is a Christmas movie. I'm so excited. I love that movie. All right.
I will absolutely not be watching it before next Thursday. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, speaking of Dolph Lundgren, my favorite Luchino Visconti film, La Terra Trema. Visconti is the only rich dude whose opinions on poor people I like. And this one's about some fishermen. I love this movie. I think it would be gorgeous, restored in 4K. La Terra Trema, like I said, probably my favorite Visconti. It's got a good critical reputation, so I can't really say it's overlooked, but I don't think it's the first film that people think of when they think of Visconti.
This one has already been released this year by Radiance.
Seriously?
Yes, over in the UK.
What can I say? I'm magical.
Came out in June.
In June? How did I not know that? Must not have been announced on the first week.
No, probably not.
Okay, great. Let's keep that rolling. All right. My favorite Edward G. Robinson comedy, and this one is directed by Lloyd Bacon, who's one of my favorite studio directors. It's Warner Brothers, so there's hope. A Slight Case of Murder. This shit is so funny. People are telling me to hold it more.
Hold it closer to the middle of the camera.
Well, that's where my face is. Oh, I see. Slight Case of Murder. This movie is so freaking funny, dude.
That's a great cover.
Yeah. Edward G. Robinson plays a gangster who's kind of trying to go straight, and he's taken his family to a big party up in New England, but like, and he's made his gangster minions into like the domestic help, but dead bodies keep turning up somehow. Anyway, speaking of super funny movies, Twin Peaks' James Marshall and Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead's Christina Applegate in Vibrations. Are we familiar with Vibrations?
No.
Okay, I will tell you the premise of this one. James Marshall is a musical prodigy who gets into an argument with some ne'er-do-wells in an alley one day, and they cut his fucking hands off.
Oh, jeez.
And then he gets all like, wants to unalive himself. Is that what the young people say now?
Not on this channel.
So he gets all suicidal, and Christina Applegate is like, "Oh, you quit whining, dude." And somebody makes him some mechanical hands, and he becomes a house DJ. It's awesome, man. This movie is awesome.
How did that not come out at the same time as like Wild Style?
No, this is like 1991 or something.
Colton says, "Is this Hands of Orlok for the 90s?"
For real, man. Vibrations is dope.
Oh, that's really funny.
All right, we're coming into I think we're halfway through. I said 20. I figured we'd wait till the end when like 2 people are watching. Okay. If you're like me and Les Blank, you love gap-toothed women. And nobody had a huger gap tooth prior to corrective dental surgery than Catherine Keener. You can see that gap tooth on display in the underlooked Don Coscarelli film Survival Quest, about some yuppie hikers who get caught in the wilderness and have to survival quest together. It is awesome. I think all of Don Coscarelli's films, except for this one, have a Blu-ray release, although the Kenny & Company was like a Japanese release that's out of print. So hopefully.
And quite expensive.
Yeah. All right. As a raging alcoholic, the best movie about raging alcoholics, well, no, there's a lot of good ones, but my favorite is Steve Buscemi's Trees Lounge with Daniel Baldwin and Chloe Sevigny, Samuel L. Jackson. It's just an all-star cast. It's so dark and funny and sad. Trees Lounge.
Directed by Buscemi.
Directed by Buscemi. It's great. Not on Blu-ray. Why?
Interesting. But who's the studio behind that one? That's not like a Fox title or something, is it?
The DVD says Pioneer and Artisan, but I can't really see. I don't have my reading glasses.
Touche.
Okay. Getting into some Snapcase territory now. I know that I've said this one before because me and Stan have commiserated. The Boy Who Could Fly with Jay Underwood, Fred Savage, Fred Gwynn, Bonnie Bedelia. Who's this chick? Directed by the original Michael Myers, Nick Castle. This movie is heartwarming and poignant. A bit of magical realism for suburbia. Continuing in Snapcase territory, and if it's Snapcase, come on, guys. Where's Crush Groove? Where is Crush Groove? The story of Def Jam, one of the greatest modern musicals ever made, directed by the incomparable Michael Schultz, who also did Car Wash, Cooley High, several other great films. You know, Jamal Fanaka, the great LA Rebellion director who's responsible for the Penitentiary films and MMA, watched, I think it was Cooley High, and saw that it was directed by Michael Schultz and assumed it was a white Jewish guy Actually not. He's a black man. And so I can't remember Jamal Fanaka's birth name, but because of this and because Jamal Fanaka wanted to be recognized as a black filmmaker, he changed his name to Jamal Fanaka. So there's an origin story there. Can I say this? I don't know. I just got an email from one of my favorite guests you ever have, who said that they don't own many VHS, but Vibrations is one of them. So take that as an endorsement. Can I say who it is?
Yeah, say who it is.
It's Erica. So, I'm telling the truth when I say that movie is awesome.
She's probably going to laugh because, of course, now that this is said, I have to bring it up. In 2 Thursdays, the wonderful Miss Erica Schultz will make her return to camera on Reconnected in 2 weeks.
Well, unless I shouldn't have said that I just got that email.
Now it's going to be we're going to do a countdown of the 5 best references to Vibrations ever in cinema history.
Oh my gosh, you got everybody out there. Go see it. It's so amazing. Okay, I'm almost done. I know this is getting boring, but
it's not.
I'm excited. John Frankenheimer, right? We love him. We all do.
How are they not all on Blu-ray yet? Or 4K?
Oh, and I could name some. I Walk the Line. So many. But the one I want to highlight tonight, my final snap case of the evening, Burt Lancaster and the late, great Gene Hackman and Deborah Carr in The Gypsy Moths. It's about people who jump out of planes with a parachute as entertainment for carnival goers. And it's entertaining because they wait until the last second to pull the strings. It's a dangerous vocation being a gypsy moth.
This sounds like it was made for Imprint.
Also, I want to acknowledge, not supposed to say that word anymore. So I'm putting it in quotations and noting that it is the name of the film. You can't change the name to Romani Moths, I'm afraid. Shit, I forgot about that.
Silent Manimal, this is great. He says, I believe you're referring to Frankenheimer's monster.
Yeah. All right. My last 3 are all Westerns. I'm teaching a course in Westerns next semester, so I've been pulling them out of most of my collections in boxes. What you
also
see
making many appearances on the wonderful podcast Tumbleweeds and TV Cowboys this year.
Oh, yeah. Well, here's my first one. Woody Strode in John Ford's Sergeant Rutledge. Excellent film. Just check it out. I have nothing else to say.
Got it.
Bud Budaker's best movie is still not available on Blu-ray for some reason, and that, of course, is Lee Marvin and Randolph Scott and Gail Russell, who died far too young for the same reason that I'm gonna.
Damn it, Will.
7 Men from Now. AKA Friday Night. Okay.
Now this one's odd because this one does have a French release, and I'm kind of surprised it doesn't have
an
English release. Yeah.
Well, so I'm leaving out, of course, tons of movies that have shitty Blu-rays that must be upgraded, like The Dirty Dozen, MASH, and so on. My last one is a movie that is so colorful and gorgeous. I can't wait to see it upgraded one day. It is a Thai Western that incorporates some of the stylistics of both American and Italian Westerns, but puts it into a distinctly Thai melodrama genre. I'm sure some people are familiar with it, but I'm always surprised at how few. Tears of the Black Tiger. You know this one?
No.
Gorgeous movie. As you can surmise from the cover, there's a love triangle. But which two are in love is the question. So those are my 20. And then my honorable mention for the 3rd year in a row, my very favorite trauma distributed film. Clint Howard, PJ Souls, Russ Tamblyn, Ross Hagen, William Smith in Merchants of Death.
I forgot about that one.
Has what it's a sex trafficking movie. And it's one of those what do you call them, vanity movies that like some guy funded himself and starred in. And it's great. This guy's daughter gets kidnapped, and he's trying to find her. He's driving around in a camper, and he's enlisted a private investigator who used to be a good cap, but now he's drinking himself into oblivion, and so they're chasing him down. There's this great moment where they've captured one of the henchmen, and they've handcuffed him to the floor in the camper. And the henchman says, as if this is the most insulting thing you could ever say to anybody, he says, "Uncuff me, you fucking farmer." Is the best, man. So Merchants of Death, I hope gets a release.
Oh, that's amazing.
Thanks for letting me indulge myself.
Of course. To give you a moment to catch your breath before you talk about your pickups, I'll go through mine real quick. A series that I've been semi-patiently, also impatiently waiting to start since it got announced is the incredibly high-quality company VCI releasing their new Psychotronica series, and this is volume number 1, and this is Delinquent Schoolgirls, and this one is from 1975. We got a commentary by Bob Miner with Elijah Drenner on this, and then we've got Psychotronica, a dive into cult cinema featurette, some trailers, and then amazingly for VCI, because this doesn't normally happen, they're even double sleeving the wrap, so you have an option for VCI. This is a huge step in the boutique direction. It's impressive, but this is a 2-disc release, another thing that VCI is not normally known for, so kudos to VCI for stepping it up. I hope these are high quality. Literally just got this in, can't wait to check out some of the scans on this. It does say, or at least it did when they were advertising online. Let me see if it says it on the back. Yes, restored in 4K from the OCN. Not just scanned, but restored. So hopefully that means they did some proper cleanup and it looks decent. Speaking of proper cleanup and hoping it looks decent, the internet's newest outrage, of course, to some people that are very angry when the movie that they saw 26 years ago in the theater doesn't look identical to how they remember it from their dreams last Thursday. Eyes Wide Shut in 4K. I'm sure most people are getting this in the Criterion sale that is active at the moment still and about to be over. Monumental release. This is one that people have been counting down for a long time. Nice thick booklet in here. 3-disc release on the 4K. Some really solid work got done on this. It is from all like reviews that are people that are not going to say this doesn't look like it looked like when I was 12. It's astounding to look at.
12? The hell? Who the hell took you to the theater to see that?
That is a reference. There are people out there that are saying stuff like that, so it's kind of ridiculous.
Well, what is the problem with it?
Nothing. It's just the color is it's different than the Blu-ray, and so people are going to complain about that because it's not how they've watched it for the last 20 years.
Did you see the story about how HBO put up all the Mad Men episodes, but the aspect ratio is messed up, and you can see a guy holding a vomit hose and like a PA holding a vomit hose.
It's so funny. And in the video or that they showed from the clip, it's real bad. It's not even like partially noticeable. It is fucked bad.
You know what though? I probably wouldn't have even noticed. I would have been like, that's just what happens in an office.
The funny thing is it goes by very quickly, but when you pause it, oh man, it's pretty hilarious. The last thing to shout out, 88 Films kind of not like really recognized for what they've been doing, especially for Asian cinema over the last year or so. Branching out to more and more stuff in the US on top of doing stuff for the UK. They just put out this really solid release of Rosa that just came out, and it's a hard box release, nice booklet. 88 Films doing a lot of extras. Like this is high quality stuff.
Great.
Yeah. Are you a 88 Films? Are you getting much from them ever?
Well, I hope to get a copy of The Hyena soon.
You will. It's on the way.
Yeah, I got a bunch. Let's see. Actually, I can see got like about 3 shelves worth. So what's that? Probably 40 or 50 titles, mostly martial arts. Inexplicably, I happen to be on the Evil Online Behemoth today, looking to see if there have been Blu-ray releases of the stack of movies I just showed. And The Inspector Wears Skirts 3 had dropped to $11.
That's pretty low.
The other ones are all 1, 2, and 4 are still over 20.
Yeah.
So I'll be seeing 3 out of order, I guess. Because so I was like, well, I'm going to order that. That'll be in my pickups to show in January, shitter.
Perfect. Speaking of that, it's December time. What have you gotten this last month?
Well, I actually got quite a few things, but I think there's one thing that people are going to be most interested in. So I'll just quickly say, bam! 3 different Terrifying Girls High School releases. Pretty stoked about all those. Thank you, Discotheque. Oh yeah, I also saw congratulations to Two in the Pinku for their commentary on the second Blu-ray release of Sex and Fury to come out this year, which I have yet to pick up, but I shall. Speaking of releases that Ryan loves, Film Noir 26. This is the one with Dr. Broadway, which is Anthony Mann's first movie, so guaranteed worthwhile. Also, that classic noir, Great Gatsby. I just love these. You know, you get a lot of bang for your buck.
Especially in volume 30.
And I'm pretty, I know you're really waiting for that one.
Well, you made the joke. I'm sorry.
I'm pretty sure that the sales of the Film Noir set subsidize like the entire Kino catalog. So
that would not surprise me.
Nice job, guys. No, I think what you all are going to want to see is Terror Vision, as you know, has had, like many of the boutique. Where'd you go?
I made you full screen.
Don't do that. Terror Vision, as you know, has had even more than the other boutiques, just horrible luck with delays at pressing plants and discs that are authored wrong and damaged stuff and that they've had to deal with, and I feel for them. So Student Bodies, as most of you know, was announced in their 13 weeks of Halloween, and the discs are not ready yet, but they went ahead and sent out, for those who ordered the bundles, they sent out the tchotchkes, and I thought people might be curious to see said tchotchkes. So I'll hold them up first. We've got a bunch of For the Last Time I Said No buttons. So that'll be cool. We've got, even though you know I don't care for these, we do have a nice tote bag.
Designed by Chloe from Terror Vision.
We've got the cool Student Bodies t-shirt. Vinyl soundtrack. I haven't opened this yet, so you'll just have to wait. But I know what you really want to see. The Horsehead bookends.
These are pretty nice.
These are hefty. They'll hold some. This is real. This is not plywood. Shit's got knots in it.
Pretty impressive.
Well, that's cool. You know, I'm not like normally enamored of toys and plastic and stuff like that, but I thought that was a pretty cool package.
Yeah.
And of course the bookends are hilarious. So those are my pickups for the month. Got some other things from the Criterion. I'll shout out Altered States. Way to go, Sam Deegan. Like interview on the Heroic Trio, and then commentaries on two of the coolest movies you could get, Godzilla versus Biollante and Altered States. Way to go. Super happy for her. One of my favorite. This has been such a great year, but easily top two, maybe highlight of the year was getting to meet her in person and do some film screenings. So congratulations to her. Really excited to listen to the Altered States commentary, which is my favorite Ken Russell movie, and I've seen almost everything.
I think it might be mine too.
Yeah,
I love that movie. It's so incredible.
What if the purpose of suffering is only more suffering?
It's true.
That's exactly what it is.
Let's go to recent watches. I'm talking about this week. Will's going to highlight some stuff from this last month. For this last week, I watched some new things that I wanted to cover real quick. One was a surprise, but the other one is a very Will movie. So in case you have not seen it, I want to bring up the Will movie first. And that is the brand new movie on Netflix, Train Dreams, which premiered at Sundance earlier this year. It is set in the early 1800s, starring Joel Edgerton. And it is incredible. Set up in near the Pacific Northwest area, like Idaho, near the Montana border. And it's about a gentleman that is a logger, and he's going away for seasons at a time, leaving his family behind so he can go make money for the family. And in the area of the country that they're in, there's this tragedy that happens, and it is about the solace and overall mood that is found after that tragedy. And it's kind of incredibly shot. It is wonderful, and I think you would truly love it.
Well, that does sound like the kind of thing I would get into.
It is. Like the last shot of the movie is stunning, and the feeling that you walk away with is just incredible. It's heavy. The other one I wanted to bring up is the newest film from A24, and this one, I kind of went into this expecting to not appreciate this one very much, but it's the film Eternity. This one is directed by David Frayne and starring Elizabeth Olsen and Miles Teller and Callum Turner. Those are the three leads, and then we got really great supporting spots by Divine Joy Randolph and John Early. This is about living in the afterlife and trying to determine how you are going to spend your eternity. I was shocked to find this to be a very faithless movie when it really could have leaned into the religious side of it. And I'm really glad that they didn't. But this movie shocked me. I really thought this was going to be very schmaltzy, and it is in a couple points, but they kind of lean into the tropes so much that it's not. And it is genuinely heartwarming. It's very funny, like surprisingly funny. There are running gags in the background that are just perfection. Like they're advertising different eternities for people to choose. And one of them says like, no men eternity, number 443, full. We're waiting for number 444 to open. Something like that is perfect. I truly thought that Elizabeth Olsen was amazing in this. It was just really well directed, and one that I think a lot of people are going to skip over, but it's worth watching. It is very, very good. What do you got for us? I think you watched a series you wanted to talk about this time, right? A TV show?
Yeah, I'll talk about a couple things. First, I want to respond to a couple of things in the chat. With regard to the film, The Gypsy Moths, in case anybody's wondering, the insect formerly known as that has been formally renamed. You have to call it a spongy moth. That's the name. That's the new name, in case anybody wanted to know. Second, several people pointed out that The Devils might be considered the better Ken Russell movie, but we said favorite. I love The Devils, but Altered States I think is my favorite. And finally, Ronnie asked why didn't have John Sayles' Leanna in my wish list. And I will say I left all of John Sayles' movies off. Most of John Sayles' movies are still on DVD, and I want all of them to be on Blu-ray or 4K. So if we could start with like Leanna, Passion Fish, Brother from Another Planet, that would be great. But I also want Casa de los Babies, Men with Guns.
All of them. Yes.
All of it. 8 Men Out needs a deluxe edition. It's got a crappy Blu-ray. I also left off Wes Craven's TV movies, although we did get Wes Craven's pornographic movie this year. So there's hope yet for Invitation to Hell and Chiller and Night Visions and what's the Disney one he made? Shit, something about solving mysteries.
I never remember the name of that.
Case Busters. Okay.
There's a couple Toby Hooper ones related to your work that I'm sure you'd love to see too.
Oh yeah, Crocodile, The Apartment Complex,
The documentary.
Yeah. Which documentary? Yeah.
The one that we talked about. Yeah.
All right, watches. So real quick, I'll show a couple of physical media watches. I'm not going to show everything because we're almost an hour in.
Yep.
You mentioned Tumbleweeds and TV Cowboys. I love being a regular guest on there with Hunter to talk about John Wayne movies. And this month I watched 2 Republic Republic
Pictures.
B pictures. King of the Pecos, in which John Wayne is a fast-shooting lawyer, and 3 Texas Steers, a 3 Musketeers film, starring I can't see it now. Anyway. And Republic's attempt to make a prestige Western, 1940 Raoul Walsh film, Dark Command. And that one is going to be an upcoming episode of Tumbleweeds and TV Cowboys. So stay tuned for that. This is both a first-time watch and a pickup. I got Cinematograph's Gang Related, which I somehow missed when it came out, possibly because Tupac was killed like 10 days after shooting this. This movie is weird. It makes a lot more sense, and the director actually says this in one of the interviews. It's easier to appreciate Gang Related if you watch it as a comedy. A like really frustrating, increasingly bleak comedy.
I still have not seen it either. I'm eager to check out this disc.
Speaking of bleak, last night I watched The Accountant 2. That came out this year, so I know we're not allowed to do that anymore. So, WTF, fam? How's everybody telling me that The Accountant 2 is somehow quality? It was, and it's no different than any other action movie of its type, so I don't even have anything to say about it. Everybody's like, oh, the buddy comedy between John Bernthal and Ben Affleck. I'm like, well, if that's what gets you up in the morning, I don't know. So I watched that. I saw a Peter Berg miniseries on Netflix called American Prime Evil, which should be subtitles Mormons are bad. And indigenous peoples are good. Mormons are bad. That was something else. and I'm about to see the final episode of quite possibly the dumbest series I've ever seen. And I suspect AI was used in the writing of it. But it's an Apple TV joint called, God, I can't remember what it's called now. It's set in Alaska. I'm going to have to look it up.
This is rough.
It's so bad. Apple TV show in Alaska. It's called The Last Frontier. Oh, it's I'm a sucker for snow stuff. I love,
Of course.
stuff set in the snow. And I never thought I'd say this about any entertainment product. They waste Johnny Knoxville. He's wasted. They didn't know the gem that they had in the cast. So those are my watches.
I will not be watching that show. Jesus.
So I heard there were some announcements today.
There was a few. Yeah. Do you wanna start talking about those?
Kind of done.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out this week. No, let's get into Arrow.
Let's talk about politics.
I'm all right. So let's get into these. Coming on February 2nd in the UK from Arrow is the Sana collection. This covers films from 2023 and 2024. This is one that I had heard about and had got on my list, and this is supposed to be pretty decent. This is from the director of Ju-on the Grudge, Takashi Shimizu. And he is back on his J-horror stuff. And we've got the original Japanese audio and stereo for both movies. We've got we get an interview with Shimizu and the assistant director and horror consultant with him. There's a new retrospective on the J-horror genre by Amber T, who does great stuff. There's a making of featurette. There's an alternate ending and previously unreleased scenes for Sana. There's a making of featurette, the original trailers, and then a booklet with new writing by Haley Scanlon. I assume that you have not seen these.
No. Intrigued. That's like
Quite intrigued.
That picture on top is like the way I wish Darth Vader actually looked. That's the Star Wars movie I'd like to see.
Cyberpunk Vader.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got Peking Opera Blues. We've talked about this one multiple times recently, but this is coming to a 4K and a Blu-ray release, both of them. Only in the UK, of course, on February 16th. All of the same extras that are on the shout discs, it looks like, and that's a good thing. You're not missing out on anything. There's also a book with new writing by a couple of critics. Peking Opera Blues, I think we talked about this one a few months ago when Shout announced it. Anything else you want to say about this one, sir?
Yeah, I've never seen it before, and this would be a good excuse. I mean, anything Troy Hart does is...
It's beautiful.
Looks good.
All right. Next up, one that I'm very excited for. February 16th, over in the UK, they are doing a 4K only release of Save the Green Planet from 2003. This is the original film that Yorgos Lanthimos' Begonia was just based off of. And this is going to have a double-sided fold-out poster. It's going to have a perfect bound booklet with new and archival writing on the film. There is going to be a new commentary by Pierce Conran and Dan Martin. There's an archival commentary, an intro to the film. There's a Q&A session with the director from the 2024 screening at the British Film Institute. And then the cool thing, there's a second disc here, just of bonus features. There's a newly filmed interview with some from the film. There is 2 original short films by the director as well, promotional artwork and production photo stills galleries. Lots of stuff coming. Eager to see this one in 4K. Such a great year for it. Save the Green Planet.
Yeah. I remember seeing that on DVD. When did it come out? 2002?
2003.
3? So I must have seen that in the mail Netflix, the DVD by mail Netflix days. And I remember thinking it was a pretty solid flick. I haven't seen Begonia, of course. because I just cannot get out.
It's
to
very good.
Yeah, some people have said that.
All right.
So now I can do a double feature.
Yes, you can. Next up from Arrow. This is coming on February 9th in the UK, February 10th in North America, and that is 1993's American Yakuza. This is a Toei Pictures film, and this is a V Cinema film. We got Viggo Mortensen as this.
V for Vigo.
Vigo Cinema. We got a new audio commentary with the director, Frank Capello, and actor Anzu Christina Lawson. We've got a newly filmed interview with the director as well, some archival extras, newly filmed interview with one of the actors, Ryo Ishibashi, and then there is a book of new writing by Patrick Macias. I have only ever heard about this movie in passing, never gotten a chance to see this one, but it feels like one you probably saw. Did you see this?
Never did.
Never did, huh?
I've seen all the American Ninja movies, but I don't think they're connected.
Speaking of that, just this week, I had the incredible opportunity to talk to Mr. Sam Furstenberg.
You talked to him?
I talked to Sam Furstenberg.
Did you mention Josh Becker?
I did not because he had to run. However, we're going to talk about it. I've got his email. We're still talking. It's cool.
Yeah, I got his email.
Sam Furstenberg, you're a hero. We all love you.
He is
Next
a hero.
Coming on February 16th in the UK, February 17th in North America, The Visitor on 4K. This is from 1979. This has had some HD releases before, but this looks to be the way to go. Brand new 4K restoration of the 109-minute European version from the 35mm camera negative that Arrow did themselves. We've got a new audio commentary by BJ and Harmony Colangelo. There's a new visual essay by Megan Navarro. New visual essay by Willow Caitlin McClay, incredible author. We've got some archival extras on here, and then a book with new writing by Mark Edward Hook and Richard Cadry, Craig Martin, and Mike White. Tons of people on this one. I remember seeing this years ago and enjoying this one. Have you seen this one?
Well, I don't think I'll be spoiling anything by saying it's pretty weird.
It is a weird one. This is one of the more off the wall movies. This one, maybe they're most of the surprising announcements for some people. February 23rd in the UK, February 24th here in North America. There's a 4K coming of 1973's Westworld. Before the show, of course, the movie. New commentary by Daniel Kramer. There is a newly filmed conversation between Richard Benjamin and Larry Karaszewski. Interested to see that. New video interview with James Brolin on this one. New interview with Paul and Lazarus III. New appreciation of the film by Alexandra Heller Nicholas. Some archival extras on here. 48-minute pilot episode of the 1980 follow-up TV series pilot. We've got a collector's booklet with new writing by David Michael Brown, Priscilla Page, Paul Anthony Nelson, and Abby Bender. Will, tell me why you love or hate this.
I've never seen it.
Wow, that's a surprising one for you.
I agree. It's a inexplicable blind spot. I just never got around to it. So this looks like the addition to go for.
It does. Yeah, this looks like a really solid release. You can get it in a 4K release or a deluxe edition Blu-ray. Check it out if you are keen. But then, the one that made everybody go crazy. February 23rd in the UK, February 24th here in North America, 4K and deluxe Blu-ray releases of 1981's Excalibur. This is going to be a 3-disc set. You've got a brand new 4K restoration from the OCN. There is both the 141-minute theatrical cut and the 120-minute TV version of the film. The disc 1 is going to be the 4K feature of the 141-minute theatrical cut. New commentary by Brian Hoyle. New commentary by David Kittredge. There is an archival commentary by the director, John Borman, as well. And then second disc is extras only. We've got the Making of Excalibur, Myth into Movie, never before released 48-minute documentary directed by Neil Jordan during the production of the film. There is a new interview with John Borman and Charlie Borman as well. New interview with the creative associate, Neil Jordan. There's a new interview with the second unit director, Peter McDonald. A new featurette on the working friendship of John Borman and the co-writer, Rospo Pallenberg. There is also a bonus third disc here that is only on the deluxe limited edition here, and that is the 120-minute TV version. There's also a behind the movie, a 50-minute retrospective documentary on that disc as well. So if you really want that TV version and the documentary, you got to get this before it goes to the standard, or you will not have that third disc.
Cool. Yeah, that's a definite. D. Sibner was busting. Well, hey man,
He went and saw your man Quentin Tarantino's double feature tonight.
Oh,
Oh. Oh, that's funny. Excalibur, is this one that you're into? Seen it
yeah.
4 or 5 times?
I don't think I've seen it that many times, but I know I have seen it on VHS, Snapcase DVD, and some crappy Blu-ray. Probably HBO as well back in the day. Yeah, Excalibur, man. Love it. It's portentous. I like it.
Gary is asking if the TV version adds anything or has alternate takes. If I remember right, it does have some alternate takes. A lot of stuff is cut out as well. Yeah.
Carrie Mulligan, generations of young school students, the experience of a teacher fast-forwarding through nudity. I remember being in 6th grade, and there was a video store right next to campus called Video Shack, and it was literally a shack, like corrugated aluminum siding over plywood or whatever. And I can't remember why. Maybe we had a substitute, or maybe the shitty teacher just didn't want to teach that day. But I had befriended the clerk, and I got free rentals. And so the teacher was like, go get a movie that the class can watch, PG or G. And I selected Dragon Slayer. You know, the movie with the biscuit from Ally McBeal.
Of course, yeah.
Peter McNichol, I would say. Well, Dragon Slayer is PG rated, but has a pretty sweet underwater nude scene. It shows some boobage and some buttage. And some of the class was grateful and some of the class was not. But it didn't get fast forwarded. And that's a completely pointless story.
Amazing. Let's get to the VS stuff. We're going to fly through this because we went through these on last episode while we were live, of course, but we didn't get Will's takes. Will, how do you feel about it?
I think that was one of, if not the... No, that was the second time I'd seen a naked woman on a movie. The first time, also at the Video Shack, Tanya's Island, starring Vanity. Oh boy, what an introduction to the fairer sex.
From Tanya's Island to Troll 2. How do you feel about Troll 2?
Nice. Troll 2. So this was great because I had just ordered TerrorVision's new edition of Best Worst Movie, which also includes the documentary American Scream, and now I got Troll 2 coming. And wow, 4K. We'll really get to see the texture of Laura Gemser's costume. This is going to be fantastic.
Amazing. And then Argento's Stendhal Syndrome in 4K.
I'll be curious about that because his experiments with CGI looked really good in the Blu-ray by Blue Underground. And I wonder if the 4K will enhance or render more artificial the CGI. So, curious to see. I like Stendhal Syndrome as a film experience too.
I remember liking it. It's been a long time. I need to rewatch it. If I remember right, this is one of his more, I don't even know the right word. Gory, I guess is a good way to say it, but like brutalistic films. I don't know. Carrying on. Descendant of the Sun. This is the next VSA title, another Shawsploitation. Are you getting their Shawsploitation stuff?
The stuff that was included in the I ordered. God, I can't remember anything. I ordered whichever one Erica did a visual essay for. I think Sam does commentary on.
I remember what you're saying. That is a completely different release. Yes.
Yeah, I have not ordered Descend of the Sun, but the trailer looked cool.
All right, and then one more VSA, Blue City. I've never seen this one. Have you seen Blue City?
No, but that the cast and crew are very interesting. I'm not familiar with this as a Walter Hill written film, and the director, I'm forgetting her name, but she went on to become an executive. Like, I can't remember which studio, but like ran one of the studios for a while. Prime Ali Sheedy, coked up Judd Nelson. Hell yeah.
Amazing.
Well, I guess they're all coked up.
Then we got the already sold out New Rose Hotel.
Second Asia Argento film of the month. Abel Ferrara. This was another one that was on like my silent wish list because I've got it on DVD. And it is, even for an Abel Ferrara movie, it is hard to follow. So I'm looking forward to watching it again. This is, I mean, Christopher Walken, Asia Argento. Come on, Willem Dafoe. Are you kidding me? So nice.
I am not shocked that this sold as well as it did. It's got a lot of names attached to it. And the fact that they got a brand new Willem Dafoe interview, kind of legendary for Vinegar Syndrome here.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I ordered this one for sure.
Then, of course,
this one too.
the Distribpix title that is coming out is the adult version of Jekyll and Hyde and the Erotic Adventures of Zorro.
Yeah, that's another Snapcase DVD that I have. So I was like, these aren't, essential viewing or anything. And I was thinking to myself, I could get rid of the Snapcase DVDs. Oh, I can upgrade to Blu-ray. And I still save shelf space because it's 2 Snapcases that I'm getting rid of.
That are both thinner compared to this giant, thick release you're getting.
Oh, is it one of those big? I got a bone to pick with these big boxes.
Don't we all? Don't we all?
Death Crocodile's the exception. Their limited editions look like
they're sleek.
They should, yeah. They get their own space.
Then we got some catalog slipcovers for Thriller: A Cruel Picture, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2, and Orgy of the Dead. I imagine you did not partake in these.
I like the Orgy of the Dead one. I don't really care for the other ones. Maybe if it had been the Breakfast Club parody.
That would have been perfect. They probably couldn't get the rights for that image.
Yeah, that Thriller one, I don't know. But I've got the original big release, so I don't think the slipcover really
does nothing for you.
For me.
Then, of course, they put out their deluxe LED VHS of Demon Wind, and you had to order 3 of these.
I guess I could put that Thriller slipcase on my Synapse edition.
Did you get that one too?
Yeah. Well, the Synapse one came out first.
It did, just barely.
Yeah. So, of course, I snatched it up because I'm a fan of the film. And
of Synapse. You got a lot from Synapse.
I have almost the complete Synapse catalog, yeah. I'm only
Except for that remake.
I'm missing some of the stuff that's DVD only still, but
all those Impulse Picture titles, you got all those?
I only have a few Impulse, but basically my Impulse Pictures are films directed by Norifumi Suzuki or films starring Christina Lindbergh. Those are the Impulse.
That checks out. Then they put out all these shirts and merch. A couple ones that I would genuinely be interested in. I haven't bought any Vinegar Syndrome shirts or anything in a long time, but the big one for me, I'm really digging this yellow tinted one with the Reels of Fire shirt.
Yeah,
It's fun design.
yeah, that's cool.
They
Like
also
the-
did the screen print of the Vinegar Syndrome swordstress, and then they've got this red real skull trash print and the new skateboard deck, and then mise en scent candle.
I mean, I'm sure it doesn't, but if it did smell like vinegar, that would be cool.
It would be pretty funny. Cinematograph has a new fanny pack and a sticker, and then we've got this Vinegar Syndrome air freshener that smells like trash. I don't know. Then we get to talk about this next title, and I don't even know how much you know about this because it's related to us. We get to talk about someone's favorite doing something on this eventually. Coming at the end of winter 2026 on Blu-ray this coming year from Petroglyph Media will be Diablo Rojo. This is from 2019. This is based on a legend of La Tulivieja, Panama's first horror film, takes viewers into the dark heart of the Chiriquiri jungle, where bus driver Miguel, played by Carlos Carrasco, and his companions find themselves hunted by an array of supernatural forces, witches, cannibals, winged demons. This film swings for the fences and delivers. And Petroglyph Media says, well, while Diablo Rojo is easily accessible via multiple streaming services, he wanted to thoroughly enjoy it, so he couldn't bear to have that be its sole viewing option. And it's his intention to get better with each new release. A small bounty of special features is being planned. And of course, like our first release, this one will also have limited edition slipcover featuring new artwork. I'm expecting to have this one ready before the end of this coming year. And yeah, we are helping out Petroglyph Media with some stuff on this release.
That's the first I've heard of this. What am I doing?
It's not, but I understand that you forgot.
Supposed to do something?
No, I'm mostly helping production stuff behind the scenes. We did talk about it, but I'm helping with some interviews and such.
I'm like an actor. You hand me a script, I'm just like bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. My line, my line.
That checks out. But yeah, this is really cool. Panama's first horror film coming to home video. We have not ever, I don't think in the history of the show talked about one of his new releases, but Hal Hartley put out his newest film, Where to Land. This is out available now on Blu-ray. It's also got a 36-page booklet with behind the scenes photos from the production of the film, an interview with Hal Hartley, plus an excerpt from Our Man, the first draft of Where to Land. There's also a documentary called Making Space, the making of Where to Land, that includes interviews with the cast and crew during filming. And I'll just say, I am still out there looking for the very out of print trilogy that he's got on Blu-ray. Not the Long Island trilogy. What's the other one called, Will?
I don't know.
I thought you knew this one. Didn't we talk about this before? Are you not a Hal Hartley person? Am I misremembering?
I am. Actually, I just stood up to show off the 3 Blu-ray box sets I got when he was doing a sale on his website.
Okay, so I was talking about the Henry Fool trilogy. Oh, thanks, Terry. Terry just brought it up.
Oh, yeah, that one.
That one is very out of print and goes for like $250 on eBay.
Oh. Yeah, I like how my favorite film, I think, is No Such Thing from him. What's the one he has where this dude is puking on this girl's butt? I can't remember.
Is it Apologies?
Maybe that's Henry Full. I don't know. Yeah, Hal Hartley. So this is new stuff. That's great. Yeah. Let's check it out.
Yes. For those wondering about the price, it is $35.
My only complaint, if you're watching Hal, is you put out these Blu-ray sets, but they're in DVD size boxes, which causes problems on the shelving.
So now that you've listened to Will, give us a call, Hal. We'll help you get it fixed.
I mean, yeah, I got to put them next to the cinematographs. That doesn't make any sense.
Are your shelves exactly sized to Blu-ray cases?
Well, yeah, you want to maximize how much you can get, how much you can store. Like if you, most of these shelving units, right, are adjustable.
Yeah.
And if you size them all to regular size Blu-rays, you get an extra shelf.
It's true. At least one.
So Hal
Give us a call.
and
Thanks.
Mr. Liberty have robbed me of, at this point, about 2 shelves.
And Justin is watching, and as Stan says, Hal Hartley is absolutely watching.
if you are watching, man, I love your work. And Mr. Liberty, I love your work as well.
I was so waiting for you to say that the movie that I watched this last month is absolutely a comedy, and you should market it as such.
Well, no, it says, I mean, the director says that it's should be watched as a comedy. It just doesn't seem like it's going to be a comedy until you're about halfway through and you're like, wait a second.
Yep.
Is this movie actually funny? And then you realize, like, Tupac's character is basically James Belushi's high-strung girlfriend. It's a really weird movie. But Hal Hartley, man, what an American treasure.
Absolutely.
Who knows New York like Hal Hartley?
Indeed. Are you ready to talk about that company that shut down, supposedly? Just kidding, because everybody said that last month. Shout Factory has announced their titles are now being shipped by Groove and not on their own website. That's it. That's the only change. No big deal.
Okay.
So we got their newest slate coming on February 24th on a 4K Blu-ray dual format box set here in the U.S. We've got their newest Hong Kong Cinema Classics line release that is Prison on Fire 1 and 2. These are from 1987 and 1991. Have you seen either of these?
No, I have not.
I have heard that Prison on Fire is good and to seek it out, so I'm eager to check this out when Arrow finally releases it. We've got a 4K scan from the OCN with Dolby Vision of these films. We got a commentary with James Mudge on the first film, Prison on Fire. On the second film, we've got this is still Prison on Fire, just a bonus features disc. Bravery Behind Bars, interview with the post-production manager, Tony Chow, interview with the production manager, Inside Prison on Fire with the author, Grady Hendrix, interview with the author and critic, David West, commentary with James Mudge again, archival interview with Ringo Lamb, and then on the second film, Prison on Fire 2, we get a commentary with James Mudge again, and then some other extras like an interview with the editor, Tony Chow, Inside Prison on Fire 2 with Grady Hendrix, and then some other interviews, commentaries, and archival interviews. These are great looking releases. The art on this one looks pretty damn great too. I'm glad that they're putting this out, especially because then Arrow can do it as well.
You've got such an acid tongue. You're like the Hedda Hopper of YouTube Blu-ray release shows.
I do, because there's so many of those. So that's Prison on Fire. Next up from Shout is the next Hong Kong Cinema Classics title. That is The Big Heat. This is from 1988. And this is going to have an audio commentary with David West, interview with the actor Wesley Speaks. There's an interview with the academic Gilbert Poe, and then an interview with James Mudge. I have heard that this is incredible. This is directed by Johnny To, and Shui Hark is on this as well. The Big Heat. I need to see this one.
Yeah, definitely. All of these Hong Kong titles are uniformly exciting, although you're telling everybody to wait.
I'm not telling everybody to wait. I'm saying I am. One of the main reasons, and Jimmy Pop here is bringing up one of the reasons that some people are doing it. They're noticing that Arrow is putting out...
What's up, man?
They are putting out, on the Arrow side, they're putting out deluxe 4K releases and deluxe Blu-ray releases, but the Shout releases are dual format. So they've got the 4K and the Blu-ray. So if you're somebody that wants both in one package, you might want to go with the Shout on these. And that is important for some people. So I totally get that.
Well, as a media studies professor working in underfunded facilities, it took us forever just to get Blu-ray players. We will never get the capability of playing 4K.
I assumed not.
So just as the dual format Blu-ray DVDs that Criterion put out back in the day were so vital for educators. The 4K and Blu-ray dual formats are the same way. Of course, educators are probably not the primary. Well, actually, we probably are a pretty good demographic for people who buy these things.
Because all educators are after a brand new 4K steelbook of Nightcrawler that looks like a completely different movie than it actually is. February 17th, that is when we're getting this. I adore this movie. I think this movie is genuinely a modern masterpiece, and they are pitching this on the steelbook as being like two Night, two Crawler, and I don't understand why we are going with this art. It makes no sense when you look at it specifically. Like the fact that there is literally on the hood of the car, which is clearly in motion, still the camera and other gear. What are we doing? This doesn't make any sense. Special features here, as far as I can tell, I don't think there is much new here. We've got an audio commentary with the film historian Joe Van Appen. We've got an audio commentary with Dan Gilroy, the producer Tony Gilroy, and the editor John Gilroy. It's a lot of Gilroys. We've got Making the News, Scoring Nightcrawler, an interview with composer James Newton Howard. And then If It Bleeds, It Leads, Making Nightcrawler. I love this movie. I do not love this art.
I wish Styx had done the score. Kilroy. But yeah, that cover is something. I always thought Nightcrawler was like if Donnie Darko had lived. What he'd be doing in like 10 years. Yeah.
Yeah, great movie. Interested to see how much this 4K improves the Blu-ray, because the Blu-ray already looked nice. But this is a really bad steelbook, and there is no standard announced. So if you want this film on 4K, this is the only way to get it. So
I remember when this movie first came out, and I thought it was like an X-Men solo movie, and was kind of stoked. But it's not. It has nothing to do with the X-Men. Bamf. All right, what's next?
Well, next, I don't know if should we bring up breaking news on this?
Breaking news.
Let me bring down this this thing, and we're going to share a different tab instead for a moment, because this is kind of a big deal.
Did they finally impeach the fucker?
No, it's worse. Netflix has seemingly won the war to buy Warner Brothers and Discovery.
Look at those two.
They're entering exclusive deal talks.
There's some Nightcrawlers for you.
That's true. This is potentially really bad for Warner Brothers and the entire catalog. For a company that is not interested in putting stuff in theaters and not interested in putting stuff on physical media, literally as we are live, this is breaking right now.
Well, who would you have preferred? I mean, Paramount would have been bad.
Paramount would have been bad in the fact that they just got bought by a corporate, but I don't understand this. Like the way that Netflix is ruining modern cinema in multiple ways, specifically how they force people to film things and ruin the visual aspects of it. This is not a great development in any way.
Yeah, well, American Primeval wasn't very good. I don't know. If this means the end of Warner Archive, I'll be very sad.
I mean, yeah, I don't know how we do this. I don't know. I don't know how the studios last after this. Genuinely.
Well, all the kids just watch TikTok videos these days anyway. What's the point?
Well, they're about to feel The Wrath of Man coming to 4K Steelbook from Shout Studios on February 17th. This is the exact same release as they previously released on 4K. No difference on the discs, just coming in Steelbook packaging. And notably, Shout going sort of minimalist and just using the poster design for Guy Ritchie's Wrath of Man.
Yeah, this looks much more like Nightcrawler.
It does, in a way.
So this movie presents me with a paradox. I watch everything that Jason Statham is in, but I watch nothing that Guy Ritchie does. How can both things be true?
That is a great question.
Yeah. Do not care for Guy Ritchie's filmmaking aesthetics.
I'm sorry for putting everybody in a bad mood, but the Netflix thing had
Well,
to be
you
mentioned.
know, Netflix put out Pinocchio on Blu-ray, and
No,
that,
Criterion did.
yeah, but they did a deal, right?
Well, for all we know, Guillermo literally had that in his contract.
Yeah, only the big boys can get that done.
Flanagan and him.
We'll never, and you know, it bothers me that we'll never get a Blu-ray of the Ballad of Buster
Scruggs.
Scruggs. You know, all these films.
Or
You
that
know,
Jeremy Saulnier's films.
yeah, it was funny. I don't know why my algorithm. I got caught at a train crossing today, and I was looking at my Instagram, and the algorithm fed me some interview with Anthony Jeselnik, where he was talking about how scared he was because all the specials that all the comics do are on Netflix and Hulu and wherever, Prime,
And you
and
just take them down.
gone. And it's like, and he was talking about this, and this is so true for anybody who works in visual medium, because there are no, or not many, physical releases for new stuff, especially not ephemeral stuff like stand-up comedy.
Right.
It's like your entire life's work can just be gone forever, irretrievable. You know, I think that Norm Macdonald, when he first found out that, I mean, retrospectively, we can conclude that he put out his DVD of the special me doing stand-up because he was sick. But his last special, which is incredible, Hitler's Dog, is
Stuck on Netflix.
on Netflix. And then the very last special, the one he did right before he went into the hospital, of like untested material just alone in a studio, that's on Netflix. So is his show. Like, this, we're all, you know, I sometimes get attacked by family members for my obsessive physical media collecting, but you know, this stuff is important. It's a record of human expression.
It's so much more than that. It's crazy. I'm working on something that I originally saw to go in the magazine that I don't know. It's kind of turning into a bigger thing. You and I probably should talk about this later. Actually, get some feedback from you.
I've said all I need to say. I'm not a big listener. Yeah, buddy, we'll talk.
Yeah, it's important right now.
It's a bummer, dude.
For a little bit of insight, and this is about the Netflix thing, but a little bit about like the broader overall world of not even just like consumerism, really. It's more just like capitalism right now, is that the rich people want to control everything, including what you own. And that in itself is anti-physical media, literally, like by definition. They don't want you to be able to control that.
You know, well, the writing process was throughout 2015, but I didn't finish the article until January of 2016, which is important. I wrote this essay called Dead Hands, Vampires, Zombies, and Yuppies from Reagan to Obama, and then parentheses, and Trump, because I finished the essay right after he got elected. And in a way, his election kind of proved the point that I was trying to make, which was that the yuppie icon and the yuppie lifestyle was originally this, I mean, it was a perverted version of the American dream in terms of its selfishness and materialism, but it was nevertheless still the self-made, mostly men, but also, like Melanie Griffith and Working Girl, right? The yuppie was like this uh, rags to riches meritocracy, quote unquote, mythology. But the argument that I was making was that if you watched vampire movies and zombie movies from the 80s through the 90s, what you were seeing is this shift and yuppiedom was also like early conspicuous sustainability, right? Like, oh, I've got the first hybrid and I've got the first, solar panels on my freaking underground house, which is a real thing a friend of my dad had. But over the years, yuppiedom kind of reconfigured itself into this new kind of aristocracy, generational aristocracy, best represented by Trump and the younger Bushes, and look what we have now, right? We're truly back in an aristocratic divide, right? There are recent New York Times about the class-based segregation of amusement parks, Disneyland and Disney World being the biggest examples. Like, if you've got money, there's separate lines for you, there's separate accommodations, you don't have to be around the poor people. And I don't fault somebody for being born rich, but I fault them for what they do with it.
I agree.
So, viva la revolution! Off with their heads. Just
drop them straight into the dead zone. This is coming on 4K Steelbook on February 17th from Scream Factory. Same discs as previously, just coming in a Steelbook. And the Steelbook was released previously, just was an Amazon exclusive. Now it's available widely.
Love the Dead Zone.
Great movie. Next up, Brotherhood of the Wolf, coming on to 4K Steelbook on February 17th. Again, the original theatrical poster art on the Steelbook. Love that they did that. However, should have released this the same time as the standard 4K for those that might want it. It's the same discs as before. Check it out. This is an Amazon exclusive, February 17th. Next up, another Amazon exclusive on the same day, February 17th, Child's Play 2 4K Steelbook to match the Child's Play Steelbook they did previously. And this is identical, Amazon exclusive, same art, or same art style, I guess. Then, February 17th, we've got a wide release 4K Steelbook of Dead Silence, same discs as previously. And I like this movie a lot. Have you seen Dead Silence?
I was just going to talk about how it didn't work for me. I wanted to like it, just like Brotherhood of the Wolf. I wanted to like it, but I didn't.
Brotherhood of the Wolf needed better effects. If it did, that movie would have been so much better.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Next up from Shout is the brand new 2025 Deathstalker. This is coming on Blu-ray only on February 17th. I've not had a chance to see this. This did not play in the theaters here, and I was dying to see it. This is supposedly great. We get an audio commentary with Stephen Kostanski and Daniel Bernhardt. We got an audio commentary with Stephen Kostanski, Andrew Appelé, and Robert Hyland. Interview with Stephen Kostanski and Daniel Bernhardt, hosted by Todd Stashwick. Conversation with the VFX supervisor and some others. Behind the scenes look at the skeleton fight, and then a Deathstalker music video. I am imagining that you're wanting to see this at some point.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked. I thought we'd get it at the Alamo Drafthouse or something. But like you, I have not gotten a theatrical. If it did play theatrically around here, Adam just said this should be Deathstalker 4. There actually is a Deathstalker 4 already that has the actor who's in the original Deathstalker. So he's the bookends between Deathstalker 3, starring Warriors from Hell, starring some guy from the soap opera Santa Barbara, I think. And, of course, the superior Deathstalker. Deathstalker 2, Duel of the Titans. John Terlesky, Jim Wynorski, Monique Gabrielle.
I have to say, I did post about this in the Discord, and you and I have already talked about it this week, but I must admit, it was a rather weird week with how much you and I have talked about Jim Wynorski over the years. Hearing his voice on the other side of a phone line with having him essentially yell at me this week was such a weird moment for me. Life has gotten very weird.
Good for you, dude.
Yes. Deathstalker. I want to check this out. Looks really fun. Supposedly the practical effects are great. Next up. Zavvi over in the UK is releasing their own line of physical media because that's what the world wanted. Coming in Q2, they are releasing a 4K steelbook of the never before given this exact treatment, The Untouchables from 1987.
Cool.
They started their new line called Beta Axe because they probably put into an AI name generator and said, that sounds alpha. This is going to be their #1 release, and you can check this out. They've got a deluxe edition. They also have a more limited edition that is with it. Lots of different options to choose from to make your packaging heart feel oh so very fulfilled, because that's the only thing they are offering you. The Untouchables.
I tell you what, if you don't know, you Beta X somebody.
Yeah, this thing, if you get the most limited version of this release, it is starting at around 130 USD plus shipping.
Untouchables.
For the Untouchables, with a whole bunch of bloated packaging, by a company that is known for having just some of the worst packaging as far as like shipping worldwide. And
so acidic.
I don't get it.
Well, somebody's going to be excited.
Craig, if that is supposed to be a play on the word Betamax, it doesn't work.
Beta Axe. Beta Axe. It's like a flimsier, less effective axe. It's like an axe that the hatchet cheats on. Makes watch.
It's the one that everybody always picks second.
It's the Democratic Party.
All right. Coming on February 17th on 4K here in the US from MVD as part of their Laser Vision collection, Jean-Claude Van Damme's Double Impact on 4K. The Blu-ray disc in here is going to be the exact same as their Blu-ray disc that they put out as part of the MVD Rewind collection. And the 4K here, nothing new here, but this is a director-approved 2025 4K scan and restoration. Yeah, Double Impact. Tell us, Will.
Oh my God. It's great. It's like The Parent Trap, but with Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's awesome. One of the superior Van Damme films of the era.
Easily. Top 3 or 4.
And you haven't mentioned who directed it.
I mean, yeah.
Who directed it? Ryan, do you even know?
No, tell me.
Seriously, dude?
No, I don't know.
Sheldon Lettich.
I did know that. I don't remember the name, though.
Wow.
That's all you're going to say? It's just Sheldon Lettich?
Yeah, he's a great director.
Okay. That's enough of Sheldon Lettich.
The only Sheldon I like.
I will keep that in mind and not introduce you to anybody else named Sheldon. We'll talk about Double Impact more in a minute and Sheldon Lettich, I guess. Coming on February 3rd on Blu-ray here in the U.S. from Lions Home Entertainment. And if you're not recognizing that name, it's because it's the new and improved, probably not very improved, Mill Creek. They're putting out 10 Rillington Place from 1971. No extras on this as far as we can tell. Any thoughts on the film?
I've got the Twilight Time release, I think.
Yep.
Then there's also an Indicator, right?
A stacked Indicator release too.
I might have that also. Anyway, yeah, I mean, Richard Fleischer, great filmmaker, super tense. Really, yeah, this is a good kind of
Great
thriller.
movie. Yeah. John Hurt, Richard Attenborough.
Yeah.
Next, from the newly branded Mill Creek Alliance Home Entertainment, February 10th, a Blu-ray of Hanky Panky from 1982 with the one and only Mr. Gene Wilder, Gilda Radner, Kathleen Quinlan. This is directed by Sidney Poitier.
Mm-hmm.
Anything?
I've never seen this, but this looks like fun to me.
Sure does.
Tell you what, if there's going to be any hanky panky going on, bring my beta axe.
So it can sit in the corner. Coming soon from Kino Lorber is a Blu-ray of The Prisoner of Zenda from 1979. This is another Peter Sellers film. They have announced a lot of Peter Sellers stuff lately.
Yeah, love Peter Sellers.
And then also from them soon is a 4K release of 1980's The Island. This is the one that we've talked about a few times. Scream Factory put this out years ago. Treasured Films put out a fairly loaded Blu-ray in the last couple of years over in the UK. This is directed by Michael Ritchie, director of many, many big films like Fletch, of course. You got Michael Caine in this one, David Warner in this one. Music by Morricone. This is a good movie. I watched this one a handful of years ago.
Hell yeah.
Loved The Island. This one, I didn't even know this thing existed, but coming on March 10th from Whole Grain Pictures, which is not a company that we hear about all that often. They are putting out The Whitest Kid You Know's Mars from 2024. There is a site-exclusive slipcover from Media OCD, if you go check that out. This is the long-awaited new animated feature film written and starring the legendary sketch comedy group, The Whitest Kids You Know. This has a commentary with the Whitest Kids and director Savan Najarian, some deleted scenes, behind-the-scenes interviews, production diary, live stream archives, lots of stuff as part of this. I like the Whitest Kids You Know. I wonder if this is any good.
I was not familiar with them, and then after seeing Weapons, I looked them up to see what a sketch was like and saw Bucket of PCP, I think.
Of course, yeah. Were you into it?
I mean, it didn't do it for me, but, you know, it's out of context. It's only one sketch, so I'm not trying to slam on it. Sketch comedy, you know, it's hard to hit right.
There's a lot of missing sketch comedy. We would consider.
And apparently, like, the rest of the world loves it.
Yeah.
So, what do I
Literally
know?
everyone but you.
What do I know about comedy? I just like Peter Sellers.
Next up, February 20th, a Blu-ray coming from Liberation Hall Records of Soul to Soul, the classic concert.
I love that this is right next to The Whitest Kids You Know.
It is, yeah. From 1971, this is featuring a stellar lineup of performers, including Wilson Pickett, Ike and Tina Turner, backed by the Ikettes, Santana with Willie Bobo on percussion, Les McCann and Eddie Harris, the staple singers and the voices of East Harlem, as they're joined on stage by a host of musicians from Ghana in Africa.
Ain't no axes in here. No, sir.
On this, there's a commentary on some of the tracks. We've got a full track listing here if you want to check it out. This is supposed to be pretty great.
Yeah. Of course, the Santana song you have to change the title. It has to be Spongy Queen.
What a callback. All right, Will's favorite comedy, Full Moon, putting out 2 Blu-rays in March. We got a March 10th Blu-ray of Decadent Evil from 2005 and the March 10th of Decadent Evil 2 from 2007. Have you seen both of these, Will?
No, but I'm gonna.
You're gonna?
I'm gonna.
I was making a soul-to-soul joke. Never mind. Next, this is a pretty big deal. We just had an article about this in the Physical Media Advocate. February 20th, getting a Blu-ray release from Lightyear Entertainment of the Diane Keaton directed film Heaven from 1987. Have not had a chance to see this, but the art is something I've been looking at a lot in the last month because of our article. I'm really eager to see this one, actually. This is Diane Keaton's directorial debut, and it mixes clips of how Hollywood has depicted heaven with interviews of celebrities, crazy people, and normal people, all of whom have strange and fascinating ideas of what heaven is really like, how you get there, and what you do when you're there. Recently remastered in HD for the first time, also with remastered sound, Heaven, a film by Diane Keaton, now plays like a poignant farewell to one of cinema's most enduring performers, writers, and directors.
Well, I've heard that in heaven everything is fine.
I have heard that as well.
You've got your good thing, and I've got mine.
I need to see this.
So I like that the tagline is, I think everyone has a shot at heaven, and I'm thinking about Woody Allen. What are the odds? Anybody got the FanDuel on that?
Oh, jeez. Next up, from Lightyear Entertainment as well, on February 6th, there's a Blu-ray of Elvis 56, narrated by Levon Helm of the band. 1956 was Elvis Presley's breakthrough year, and this program takes you back, including his early television performances on The Dorsey Brothers Show and The Ed Sullivan Show, and a whole bunch of other stuff through 1956. This includes iconic photos by the photographer who toured with Elvis that year, Al Wertheimer, who captured many intimate moments with him from this one year. Are you an Elvis guy?
I love Elvis's gospel music. I got like this 3-disc set of his gospel songs, and I think it's just the best.
He's got a great voice.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if you've heard, but he was a complicated figure. Culturally resonant in ways that are both inspiring and problematic, most of which were completely outside of his, control or desire.
Yep. It's true. This has been a fun talk tonight.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know what else is fun?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Torturing people. Imprint, parent company Via Vision, is putting out Saw 2. Saw 2 on 4K coming on February 25th in Australia. No new extras compared to the Lionsgate release that just came out here in the US, but the Disc 2 Blu-ray of this does include the unrated cut, just like the US release did. And if that's not enough Saw for you, you can also get Saw 3 on that same day with the same thing, the 4K of the theatrical cut and a Blu-ray of the unrated cut. And I love the Saw movies. So, yeah, check them out.
You do?
I do. I truly do. My wife and I went to almost every single one on opening day.
Man.
What's wrong with Saw, Will?
Oh, they're just not for me. I think Saw 2 is the one with the twist, right? I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen the Saw movies.
There's a twist in like 8 of the Saw movies.
But like a time-sensitive twist.
Now you're talking about 6 of the Saw movies.
Okay.
That is one of them, yes.
Donnie Wahlberg?
That one is 3. 3, I believe.
You even know your Saw lore?
I know that 6 is the best one.
6 is the best one.
Because it's lampooning the healthcare system.
They kill a bunch of HMOs, and I'm just like, go, Jigsaw, go.
All right. Going to our next one, which you're going to be seeing double because it's Double Impact coming on 4K soon in the UK from 88 Films. They worked with MVD to put this out around the same time. You can check this out. It looks like there's going to be new artwork by Sean Longmore and a 20-page perfect bound book with a host of production and promotional stills. and a rigid slipcase with new artwork on there.
I want that rigid slipcase.
Everybody wants the quote chunky boxes, which, good Lord, am I tired of hearing that phrase in the
Is that
last
what
6
they're
months.
called?
Everybody is calling them chunky. I got a literal Instagram DM today about chunky boxes.
Chunky boxes and spongy moths and beta axes. This episode is doing a lot for the English language.
You were right. Donnie was part 2.
Oh,
Thanks,
look at
Carrie
that.
Mulligan.
Thanks, Carrie. Should I say Carrie Mulligan or Carrie? Can I say Carrie?
You say Miss Mulligan, please.
Ms. Mulligan? I like Richard Mulligan. You like Richard Mulligan?
Yeah, he's all right.
You ever see that sitcom he did, Empty Nest?
I don't know why, but I wanted to go to take the bit a step further and say I like Martin Mull. I don't know why I went there.
I love Martin Mull, man. I love his music. You ever hear that song Eggs?
No, but I do like Elvis's gospel music.
Check it. Hey, if you want to get into heaven, that's one step. You best. Woody Allen's probably playing that shit on repeat. I hope this one does it. I can't do that nebbish voice. I mean, if this doesn't do it, what's going to do it? I don't know. That sounded more like Scorsese than Allen.
It was pretty good, though. It was pretty good. All right. Enough of Double Impact. That's it for the night. Let's go to...
Oh, my God. I've always wanted to Schlosser Hole.
December 11th, over in Germany, Turbine is releasing a 4K Steelbook and 4 different media book options from the 2022 release of Hellraiser. This is the Hulu exclusive here in the U.S., and you can bet that this is likely never going to get a U.S. release. Sure, it's possible, but it's quite unlikely. These are all going to be 3-disc releases. It's going to have a 4K, a Blu-ray, and then a bonus feature Blu-ray. There are English language options as far as audio and subtitles. So if you want this, you can check it out.
Say the full title of the release.
Hellraiser, das Schloss der Hole.
And that hole's going to be in your wallet.
It's actually not that bad. This week, you could have pre-ordered the Steelbook from Brother Belial for $40. And for a German release, that's 3 discs, 4K, that's not bad.
You know how I know you're a Hellraiser fan? You got a chain wallet. First 4, that's the ones. That's the ones to do. I think part 4 has undergone a certain amount of reevaluation, and people are beginning to appreciate its qualities, flawed though they may be.
I think most of the Hellraiser movies are flawed in many ways.
Whoa, dude. Whoa.
But
Whoa.
The first 3 are very fun.
You know where part 3 was filmed?
No, I don't.
High Point in Greensboro, North Carolina. That's why it's subtitled Hell on Earth.
That's funny.
Location scout was like, I've got the place.
And the title. All right.
Downtown Greensboro in the early 90s. That's what it looked like.
Let's keep our focus over on Germany with Turbine for the next 2 announcements. December 11th, they're also releasing a Blu-ray DVD dual format media book with 3 cover options of Body of Evidence with Madonna. Yeah.
Ooh, a bonus bucktail.
And if, Will, you are really loving this, there's a discounted full set with all 3 media book variants, so you can have 3 times the Body of Evidence.
I tell you what, if they'd gotten a new Willem Dafoe interview for this, I would have been like, kudos.
I mean, they may have. They get a lot of stuff like that.
I saw this one in the theater, and everyone was so excited. It was kind of meh. A lot of
Hellraiser 4 had a theatrical release?
Yeah.
Jeez.
A lot of candle dripping in Body of Evidence.
That is true.
Or into the candle wax, the hot wax.
KB watched all 11 Hellraiser movies in October.
Impressive. By the way, just saw. I haven't seen the whole thing, but I saw part of the live stream of KB on Chasing Labels. Nice conversation. Well done.
Other way around. Stephen Billings on KB's channel, right?
Were they simulcast? Because I'm pretty sure I clicked.
Oh,
on
yeah, it could have been simulcast, yeah.
Okay, well, whatever. I saw the two dudes talking. Just trying to shout it out, and you got to be like, actually.
Well, I want people to be able to find it. I'm sorry.
Name 3 podcasts.
Number 1, Beta Axe.
I can't. I can't name 3 podcasts.
You've never mind. You've literally named 2 already tonight, and you're on a 3rd.
Oh, all right.
Let's go to Germany again for the last one, and that is Sylvester Stallone's Daylight from 1996, getting a 4K and Blu-ray dual format release from Turbine on December 11th as well. Now, the big thing here, Kino Lorber had released this temporarily. I don't think any of these went out there. They are releasing this again this coming January or February, I believe. And I guess it's February because they've announced all their January titles. This is going to be a Turbine exclusive restoration of this. Also, it will have Dolby Atmos. So if you are super into high quality sound, this might be the one to go over the Kino release before we find out all the details. So check that out if you're super into the film Daylight.
I would love to meet someone who is. Hey, you know what? It's got some good sewer scenes.
It sure does. Sure does. Where you can get a copy of Daylight in probably about 9 months is the next Kino sale, which is live right now, the Winter Wonderland sale. This is going on from now until December 24th at high noon. Free shipping starts at $60. Will, have you bought from the Kino sale this time?
You know damn well that I did.
I do know. What did you get from the Kino sale, sir?
Well, first of all, I will say to the Kino overlords that I would have purchased The Night of the Juggler 4K, but a certain podcast host talked me out of it, saying that probably Arrow is going to release a better version or something.
That's not what I said. I said to pick it up from Radiance, who's putting it out, and the Kino release has a duplicated scene.
What?
Yeah, there's a repeated scene on the Kino release.
That seems like an important flub that should have been announced.
I agree fully.
Wow. Hello, Clouseau.
So what did you pick up from Kino?
This is Clouseau. Oh, he's gone. I picked up...
That was so quick.
I picked up the 4K of Ilsa, She-Devil of the SS, which, by the way... who's the guy who directed the documentary American Grindhouse?
Elijah Drenner.
Elijah Drenner, right, from the Catalog, right?
Yes.
And I showed American Grindhouse in class to give people some context for stuff. And uniformly, all the students said, we do not want to see Ilsa, She-Devil of the SS. But I got it in 4K. And so that's great. What else did I order? Rampage, the William Friedkin film. Undisputed, Walter Hill. Double Bones with Donald O'Connor. And 2 Lubitsch movies, Madame du Barry and what was the other one? Another Lubitsch film. Well, look for yourselves, ladies and gentlemen.
I picked up, I've been waiting on this for a while, the Made in New Jersey Films from Fort Lee set that they just put out semi-recently.
Oh.
And then the Oscar Michaud complete collection went on sale finally.
Oh, I didn't realize it. How much is it?
It's still expensive. It's $50.
I'll pay $50 for Oscar Michaud.
I picked up the King, a filmed record Montgomery to Memphis documentary. And just to keep the happiness flowing after that one, I picked up The Sorrow and the Pity. Been meaning to see that.
My dog just puked.
That was so loud.
Right after you said The Sorrow and the Pity, because my dog's an anti-Semite, apparently.
Oh boy.
I'm not cleaning that.
All right.
Anything else?
No, that's it. I've lost my appetite for Blu-rays.
I'm never going to eat again.
Speaking of Radiance putting out Night of the Juggler, let's talk about some new Radiance titles because these are pretty exciting. March 23rd, over in the UK, we are getting a box set from Radiance called Underworld Chronicles: 3 Yakuza Fables by Takashi Miike.
Hell yeah.
The best part is this is a mixed media release. If you're into that, you don't have to worry about making a choice compared to the US release. One of the films in here is a 4K, and that's Fudo. So we've got Fudo.
Fudo's one of my favorites.
Fudo, the New Generation, Agitator, and Deadly Outlaw Rekka are all in this box set. You got 4K UHD and Blu-ray presentations of Fudo, HD transfers of the other 2 films. There's an SD transfer of the extended version of Agitator that's 200 minutes long, presented in its original 2-part form. There's new interviews with Takashi Miike on Agitator and Deadly Outlaw Rekka, commentaries on Agitator and Deadly Outlaw Rekka by Tom Mess. There's a commentary on Fudo with Miike and Shosuke Tanahara. There is an archival documentary called Electric Yakuza, Go to Hell, some archival interviews and trailers. Plus, there's, of course, an 80-page book with new writing by Tom Mess and Colin Geddes. This looks pretty great.
Oh, that's absolutely essential. I'm really excited about Deadly Outlaw Rekka getting a release. Fudo on 4K, Agitator, these are all bangers by Miike. Just to finish our Kino haul, The Wildcat, that was the other Lubitsch film that I got. And I also got Bob LaFlambeur on 4K from Melville.
Nice. So
from Melville to Miike, yeah, this is a great slate from Radiance.
Yeah, it's pretty legendary. We should point out, yes, this is Region B box sets. The 4K on Fudo is region free, of course, but the other 2 are Region B, except Agitator is going to be a region free disc because on March 24th, they were releasing a standalone Blu-ray here in the US of the film Agitator that has never had a Blu-ray release here before. So that disc will be region free in the box set and in this box, or on this single release. You're not missing out on anything if you just pick up this release. It's the same as what will be in the box.
Is there any difference between it and the Umbrella release?
I believe there are some differences there. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And that's the thing, if you've got the Umbrella release and the release of Fudo that came out on 4K here in the US earlier this year, and you've got a Deadly Outlaw Rekka from Shout, you kind of got most of this box set already.
Yeah.
So that is the first couple things from Radiance. Next up is a film that I've been hearing about for a while, The Dancing Hawk from 1977. This is coming on March 23rd in the UK, March 24th here in the US. This is a 4K restoration. New interview with the critic Carmen Gray. 2 short films by the cinematographer on this film. There's a limited edition booklet, new writing by the scholar Piotr Kwiatkowski. Have you seen The Dancing Hawk, Will?
No, and I want to. Oh, my dog's begging for his pills. He gets anxious.
Is that why he vomited?
No, he's an idiot and he eats too fast.
That checks out.
And then he drinks his water like Napoleon Dynamite with a bottle of Gatorade. I'm gonna have to next time you pull up a shitty movie, I'll get up and give him his pills. But
well,
I'm
that'll happen quickly.
So that's not going to happen.
Next up from them is a 4K hard box release of Cutter's Way. This is coming on March 23rd in the UK and March 24th here in the US. So
it's not a chunky box, it's a hard box. What's the difference between, is a chunky box like a halfway?
I don't like calling things the chunky box. So it's the same thing. This is a chunky box, Will.
This is the fully hard, rigid box.
Yes, this is this is the 10 to midnight release of anyways. We got let's see. The Legacy of Cutter and Bone, new featurette and contributions from writers Megan Abbott, Jordan Harper, and George Pelicanos on this. Archival commentaries by Matthew Spector and then Julie Kurgo and Nick Redmond. There's another archival commentary by Larry Franco and Barry Osborne. Some archival interviews and featurettes, and then there is going to be a limited booklet with this as well, with new writing from Christina Newland, Nick Pinkerton, and Travis Woods, plus an archival interview with Ivan Passer. Yeah, Cutter's Way, great movie. Got released multiple times. We've got a Fun City release in the U.S. We've got an Imprint release over in Australia. I believe there was
Radiance also had a Blu-ray.
that was also Fun City in the UK.
Oh, okay.
And then I believe there was like a Twilight Time or something back in the day too.
Probably.
Yeah, this has come out multiple times. And now you got a 4K already.
Yeah, must have been if Nick Redmond's on it.
Right. That's
Late
why I was
great
thinking
Nick
that.
Redmond.
Came out in 2016 from Twilight Time. And have you seen Cutter's Way?
Yeah, the Twilight Time edition, actually. So I do want to upgrade. I actually got that from Twilight Time and their going out of business sale. And I went nuts. I had just gotten, I don't know, some kind of windfall from one of my part-time jobs. And I was like, Twilight Time's going out of business. What? I've got to get every title because they'll never be released again. And it was ridiculous. I don't even want to say it was like $600 worth of
Jesus.
all deep discount because they were going out of business.
If I remember right, they were all like $11 or something.
Yeah, and so then I get this delivery notification, but it hadn't been delivered, and I'm like trying to track it down. I end up getting some guy on the phone in the warehouse in Arizona who's like, bro, we can't like refund that, and he found some tracking information that showed that it had been delivered to a dilapidated abandoned house in the neighborhood next to my university. So
What?
I go out to this address, and it's this abandoned house, and on the porch are like 40 packages to random people. So I found mine. I was like, how lucky. And then I loaded all the other packages up in the back of my car and stole them. No, I'm just kidding. I notified the post office that these packages were there. But that was the most dramatic, nerdy day of my life. Like trying to track, calling all these people. Excuse me, my package of Blu-ray film has been misdelivered.
Nick Pinkerton told me to call you.
Yeah. So anyway, all that is to say, time for an upgrade of Cutter's Way.
Hopefully it gets delivered to your front door this time. Let's talk about the last one, which has to be slightly frustrating for everybody that just got the Larry Cohen box set from Shout Factory. Radiance on March 23rd over in the UK is releasing Special Effects from 1984 as the next title in their transmission line. This is the Larry Cohen film, and it is a newly recorded interview with star Eric Bogosian on the disc. New audio commentary with the director of King Cohen, Steve Mitchell. Feature-length interview with Larry Cohen from 2017. There's an archival director's commentary with Cohen, moderated by Steve Mitchell. New interview with Christina Newland on Zoe Tamerlis Lund. There is going to be a limited booklet with new writing from Juan Barkeen, and this is limited to 3,000 copies. And I think these are probably going to go pretty quickly.
Yeah. Well, I guess Shout Factory had already released Special Effects and then put it in their box set.
Yep.
Now we're getting, so this is the, I don't know, I don't know if it's a release. I think it's a limited release.
Yeah, I think it's a limited release.
But yeah, Shout Factory had already released Special Effects and then put it in their box set. Now we're getting, so this is the
the third Blu-ray release of this.
Well, all right.
All right. Next up, January 20th. There's a 4K media book and a standard Blu-ray release coming in the U.S. from Cape Light and MPI Home Media of Shine from 1996. This is the Jeffrey Rush starring Scott Hicks film. I feel like we talked about this ages ago. Have you seen this one?
Yeah, great soundtrack by Collective Soul.
1996. That checks out.
Just kidding, dude.
I know. I was leaning into it.
You don't know.
Yeah, I do.
You don't know. Yeah, I didn't care for this movie.
No reason or anything. Just that's enough.
It just didn't work for me.
Okay.
Silent Mandible is expressing the existential problems we all face. Like, I only have this amount of money, but I want to subscribe to that amount of boutiques. How can it be done? It's like a shell game.
My answer seems to be it can't. Next up, Falling Skies is getting a complete series Blu-ray release here in the U.S. on January 6th. This is the Noah Wyle show that I've heard is pretty good for at least 2 of its 5 seasons.
I'm starting to think Steven Spielberg is obsessed with extraterrestrials.
Isn't his next film supposed to be extraterrestrial related too?
I wouldn't know. But Falling Skies, Taken. What else did he produce that was on TV that I haven't seen? Falling Skies. I did see Taken because Toby Hooper directed the pilot. And you say 2 of the 5 seasons are good?
Supposedly.
Well,
all right.
It's better than most shows, though.
I can't argue with that. We got some new Imprint releases that have been announced. These are coming on February 25th in Australia, and these are all their side-loading slipcase limited editions. These are not hard boxes. These are not the crazy price releases. These ones will be about 35 Australian, which means usually about 25 USD. First up, we've got Against All Odds from 1984. This is adapted from the novel Build My Gallows High. This is going to have an audio commentary by the director, Taylor Hackford, and the writer, Eric Hughes. Audio commentary by Taylor Hackford, Jeff Bridges, and James Woods. Some deleted scenes with commentary. And that is it on this one.
Damn, look at that cover. Against All Odds, Jeff Bridges is doing that ab crunch. Look at that. I was like, the cat's just destroyed something behind me. But, have you ever seen anybody do an ab crunch like that?
It's pretty good. I kind of wonder why this wasn't saved, and maybe they're not going to do another one. I feel like this would have been perfect in the next neo-noir box set that they did.
Well,
next one from them is Hard Country from 1981 with Kim Basinger and David Green is the director on this one. This has Jan Michael Vincent and Michael Parks as well.
Oh my God, what a cast.
Daryl Hannah, Ted Neely. We got a new visual essay on the work of David Green by Chris O'Neill, a friend of the show. And that is it on this release. I've heard good things about this one. I need to see this one.
Yeah, I guess I'll check it out now. I've never heard of this. Oh, it's by the guy who did Godspell? Hell yeah.
Yep, which means this would have been the perfect one for Lee Gamut to contribute to. We don't get that opportunity now. Target coming out on Blu-ray from them as well. This is coming out on the same day. This is from 1985 with Gene Hackman, Matt Dillon. It's going to have a new audio commentary by Adrian Martin and an archival interview with Gene Hackman, the director Arthur Penn, and some of the producers. This had, I believe, a Kino release fairly recently. Or it's got a Kino release coming soon.
Gene Hackman was so great. It sucks he got eaten. I guess in a way, that's what you'd want. I don't know.
let's not linger on that.
Tell you what, if I go, there's no question I'm going to be eaten.
Sounds like it.
These freaking animals.
At least it'll be for a moment, then you'll be vomited on the floor. Ooh, Master died.
The dignity of human life, to be just vomited on the floor. That's the end of you.
Yeah, this came from Kino March of 2024. And then next up is High Road to China on the same day. This is a Tom Selleck film, sorry. New audio commentary by Steve Mitchell. Some archival interviews on this one as well. I have never seen this one. Supposedly, this is meant to be like an Indiana Jones type of movie. Have you seen this one?
No, I haven't.
All right, next up.
That sounds great, though.
Yes. We've got King David as the next one. This is from Imprint as well. This is coming on February 25th, starring Richard Gere. Also stars Edward Woodward, Dennis Quilley. New visual essay by Suzanne Boland on this one. New commentary by Jim Hemphill. I don't know this movie at all.
So Richard Gere becomes like the king of Israel?
It's the epic chronicle of the life of David, a young shepherd who became king of Israel. It begins in the year 1000 BC and follows his rise from a humble warrior to beloved monarch as he faces betrayal, sacrifice, and the weight of destiny.
Yeah, and Richard Gere is the king of the Jews.
That's what it sounds like.
And then he becomes a Buddhist. He wants everybody's religious heritage.
He's aiming for that Diane Keaton movie. Next up is Cross Creek from 1983, also coming from Imprint. This is with Mary Steenburgen. New audio commentary by Scott Harrison on this one. A look back with Mary Steenburgen from 2002. And that is it for this one.
Didn't Kino put out Cross Creek?
They did on October 15th of 2024.
Okay, I have that. I love Martin Ritt, man. The Brotherhood. What a great movie. Cross Creek. I don't think I've watched that yet.
Well, I'm curious if you've seen anything starring Louise Brooks, because Flickr Alley is putting out, as part of their Flickr Fusion series, a release called A Focus on Louise Brooks. This is coming on January 13th. If you order from their website, you can get an exclusive slipcover on this one. This is going to be a unique sort of, like snippet disc, kind of. They're kind of throwing some things together on this. So there is stuff from The Street of Forgotten Men, and then we've got American Venus, Just Another Blonde, and Now We're in the Air. And I don't think any of those are fully featured here. This is going to be an interesting release. I'm curious if this is one. And obviously, it's like a historical curio and quite important, but I don't see this one getting a lot of replay for many people.
So it's like snippets?
Yeah, essentially, that's what it feels like. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm into it. I was just talking about her a couple months ago on the Tumbleweeds and TV Cowboys podcast, because her final film in 1938 was a George Sherman directed Republic B film with John Wayne called Overland Stage Raiders. And that was it. 1938. That was her last film. She ended up going into the escort business before becoming a really great memoirist and writer. I don't know. She's a really interesting character and has that iconic look that.
Indeed.
Right.
We got some audio commentaries on here from some film scholars, Pamela Hutchinson, and then Thomas Gladys and Kathy Rose O'Regan. There's Looking at Lulu, exploring the fascinating behind-the-scenes life of Louise Brooks with an extended featurette hosted by Pamela Hutchinson. Some image galleries, a booklet insert with an essay by Thomas Gladys and Rob Byrne, and Blu-ray authoring by Fidelity in Motion as usual. Check it out. It's a region-free disc.
Yeah, I'll get that.
Next up, we've got Seal coming on 4K and Blu-ray on February 13th from Mercury Studios. This is going to be a worldwide release. This is his concert film from 2024 called Purpose. And the only thing that's a little odd to me is this is only 10 tracks. I feel like for something that they're looking back on 2 full albums of his career, and they recorded 10 tracks to put on the disc.
Well, I think Seal has a great message for Netflix, which is we're never going to survive unless we get a little Forcasi.
I'm into it.
Seal. Have you seen that freaking commercial where Seal turns into a seal?
Into a seal. It's weird.
Disturbing. Oh. I hope that's not on the disc.
That would be a really great bonus feature. Next up, we talked about this recently, but I'll ask you your opinion. Coming on February 3rd, Kino is putting out The High-Low Country from 1998, starring Woody Harrelson, Billy Crudup, and Patricia Arquette. This will have an audio commentary by Julie Kurgo and Peter Henkoff. Have you seen The High-Low Country?
I don't think so, which is weird because I remember it coming out of the video store where I worked, and it was at a time that I was kind of into Stephen Frears. But I don't think I saw it.
It's a lot of names associated with this. Penelope Cruz, Cole Hauser, Waylon Green. What's that?
Billy Crudup.
Billy Crudup. Next, February 17th, Kino putting out Scott Joplin from 1977. This is the Billy D. Williams film that we talked about a couple weeks ago. This is going to have a new commentary by Jeremy Kagan, moderated by Daniel Kramer. Any thoughts on this?
Oh, man, one of the first concerts I ever saw was Taj Mahal. He was fantastic. Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch this. Billy D.
A lot of names in this, too. Art Carney, Margaret Avery.
Yeah.
Next up, let's get into OCN. These were all from today. We got a lot of these to talk about.
Was this it? Are we done after this?
We've got a couple after it, but that's about it.
What have we gone? 2.5 hours or 3.5 hours?
So far, not even 2.5.
Oh, okay. I gotta give my dog his anxiety medicine.
You could do that after we talked about this one if you want.
Yeah, let's talk about the orgy, which is exactly where a beta axe will be found.
Delivering drinks, I guess. This is
He's got a little ball gag in his mouth. He's got his dick in one of those clamps.
Zavi is going to sue us for defamation tomorrow. This is arguably one of the...
We should sue Zavi for that name.
That's funny. This is arguably one of the most surprising releases, literally, of the year. AGFA is releasing The Movie Orgy from 1968. This is the Joe Dante directed / edited. It's a legendary found footage triumph from Joe Dante, one of genre cinema's most significant masterminds. In 68, the future director of Gremlins took an apartment's worth of 16mm prints, and with the help of producer John Davison from RoboCop, he meticulously created what is quite possibly the world's first found footage mega mix. This is comprised of commercial.
Tell you one thing. If you're going to be in an orgy, you're going to have to expect at some point somebody's going to put their anus in your face. And
that's true.
That's just what happened to me.
Comprised of commercials, newsreels, feature film clips, TV bloopers, and much more, The Movie Orgy is an essential cultural artifact and a psychedelic vortex of mashed up magnificence, never available on any home video ever, never before. The film has been preserved from the original 16mm elements by AGFA with Joe Dante and John Davison. This is going to have an introduction by Dante, an AGFA trailer, a booklet with the Joe Dante interview by Colin Souter, and essays by Frank Felici and Justin LaLiberty. This is a big deal. This thing was released, had 3,000 slipcovers. It is down to around 300-ish, last I looked. If you are after the slipcover for this one, you're going to want to go quickly because this will likely be over tonight or tomorrow. This thing is quite long. This is, I think it's 4.5 hours ish. And this is a big deal. I really wish that there was an extra on here on how they were able to untangle all the rights for this. Any thoughts on Joe Dante or the movie Orgy?
I ordered it. Yes, I placed a small order today, and that was one of the titles.
This is a big deal. Yeah.
You mean thoughts on Joe Dante? Well, he's pretty good. I mean,
He's all right.
Hit or miss.
Madhouse, just so you know, we did discuss this the moment it went live about 25, 40 minutes ago, something like that.
We don't know the answer to that question, though.
Yeah, we certainly don't know the future.
Except that Netflix would have to change in order for it to positively impact.
Ryan from the New World Pictures podcast.
7-hour cut.
Ryan from the New World Pictures podcast says that the original was 7 hours, so is this cut down? This is actually Joe Dante's preferred cut of the movie Orgy, is what they're releasing.
But that's not enough for us.
Never.
Just I used to have that 5.5 hour cut of Dune, David Lynch Dune.
Yeah. Ragnar is saying, why hide it on a partner label if it's such a monumental release? The first thing here is to keep in mind, Vinegar Syndrome is not releasing this. AGFA is an entirely different company. So an entirely different company went and secured the rights to this, and they had the elements. It wasn't Vinegar Syndrome's choice to put this on a partner label. I'm sure Vinegar Syndrome would have loved to have put this out. But another company owns it.
AGFA's not exactly anonymous.
No, not even a little bit. They've got one of the largest archives in the entire U.S., so that makes perfect sense.
They're not a beta axe company.
And we should point that out, too. Like Gary is saying, some of the best Vinegar Syndrome releases are the partner stuff. These aren't Vinegar Syndrome releases whatsoever. None of these titles we're discussing for the rest of this are from Vinegar Syndrome at all. These are all different companies. Different people secured the rights. They're getting paid for it. Vinegar Syndrome did not make the features. They didn't do anything. Where the line gets a little blurry is Justin Liberty from Vinegar Syndrome helps produce some of these discs for some of the other companies. But yeah, these are all completely different companies, entities. Vinegar Syndrome themselves are not involved in any aspect of this release whatsoever.
They're just distribute, right?
OCN Distribution, which is a completely different company than Vinegar Syndrome, even in a way, they are the ones that help cover the manufacturing, but that is it. Next up from the partner labels, we've got stuff from Film Movement. First up is 100 Yen Love. This is a film from 2014. This is a boxing film that was Japanese. It was the Japanese official entry for the Best Foreign Language Film Oscar. And this one is going to have a making of documentary, and that is it. Supposedly, this is pretty decent.
Yeah, I looked at the trailer, and it looked pretty cool, so I put it on my watch list.
Nice. Yeah, I need to see this one. Next up from Film Movement as well is a pretty big release here. Courtesans and Criminals, the Underworld of Hideo Gosha, which is going to be featuring two different films. One that a lot of people have been clamoring for and one that people are probably going to look at kind of as a bonus. We got Onimasa and Tokyo Bordello on here. This is the Japanese official submission to the 1982 Academy Awards. That is Onimasa. As far as the extras on here, we got a commentary by Jasper Sharp on Onimasa, a visual essay by Patrick Macias on Onimasa, and then on Tokyo Bordello, we got a commentary by Jasper Sharp and another visual essay by Patrick Macias. Great looking disc, great looking slipcover. Hideo Gosha is a pretty fantastic director.
This was the second title that I purchased today. By the way, in case anybody was wondering, the winner of the Best Foreign Language Academy Award in 2014 was The Great Beauty.
I don't know that one.
What? Criterion puts it out.
Oh. Okay. It's just a, I guess, sort of low-key title. I don't remember that.
Well, I mean, it's nothing compelling like Beta Axe, but The Great Beauty has its, I mean, I don't think it was called The Great Beauty in Italy.
That would make sense.
It was like Il Gran Bellissima.
Do you know what some people say when they see something beautiful? They say, damn. And the next title is The Dam Busters on 4K from Film Movement. This is available this month. It is coming in one of the hard shell outer box releases with the slipcover on the inside. This is a pretty big film with Michael Redgrave. This is an epic war story of World War II from 1955. 3-disc set, 4K, and 2 region-locked A Blu-rays. There's a making of the Dam Busters commentary with Howard S. Berger, who's it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Howard! Steve Mitchell on the commentary with Howard there. We got the widescreen edition of the film. There is the Sir Barnes Wallace documentary. Some featurettes here as well. The Dam Busters. Have you seen this one, Will?
No, but I've read about it and I want to see it. I watched the trailer today and noted that even in the trailer you can see the influence it had on the Death Star attack.
Yep.
In the Star Wars, it was striking, like shot for shot, which made me even more intrigued to see it. So this is on my, December is the hardest release month for the partner labels.
It sure is.
But man, these 4Ks are just a little bit out of my price point right now. So that's how it is. But I'm definitely I want to pick it up. I'm going to at least figure out a way to see it.
The Dam Busters. Going to our next one. This is going to be from Wild Eye, and it's the Tiffany Shepis, friend of the channel, Tiffany Shepis, starring Asylum of Darkness.
I did put this in the cart as well today. We'll see. Great cast.
This is from 2013. We've got a director supervised transfer from the original 35mm elements on this one. We got a commentary with the director and Nick Baldassare. Commentary with Tony Strauss. We've got a director interview. We've got some other interviews on here as well. There is no Tiffany Shepis interview. Why not? We've got some short films. The Escape, short film Distance Between 2 Points, short film He. There's short film Horatio's Hamlet. There is going to be a 12-page booklet with Tony Strauss writing on that one as well. Never seen this one. I am curious to check it out.
Mm-hmm. Adding it to my Shepis collection.
Growing by the day. Next one is from Shudder, and this is from 2023, and it is Bad Things. Bad Things. This one looks and sounds interesting. It says, when a group of friends escape the city to spend the weekend in an abandoned hotel, a pervading eerie energy begins to illuminate the cracks in their little family unit. Ruthie Nod inherits the hotel from her grandmother, and with bad childhood memories threatening to burst to the surface, Ruthie wants to sell the hotel and never return. But her partner, Cal, drags her there in the hopes of returning it to its former glory. They are joined by their amiable friend Maddie and mysterious grifter Fran. As the friends dance, cook, flirt, and fight, they find themselves entwined in the hotel's seductive embrace and start doing bad things to each other. This is going to have a new audio commentary with the director. There is going to be a new video interview with the director, cinematographer, and the production designer. There's some archival interviews, some stills galleries, new visual essay by Alexandra West, new booklet with writing by Alexandra Heller Nicholas. And I have not seen this. I know you are into Shudder often. Have you checked this one out?
No, I added it to my queue, so I'm going to try and give it a watch this weekend, along with some of the other Shudder announcements.
Ronnie says Bad Things was okay. Thanks, Ronnie. That's better than terrible. Next up from Shudder is 2021's Slapface. This says a boy deals with the loss of his mother by creating a dangerous relationship with a monster rumored to live in the woods. So we're going to have a commentary with the writer and director. There is going to be another commentary with the writer, director, and then one of the producers, Mike Manning, and the actor, August Maturo. Cast and director Q&A, and then an interview with the writer, director, a short film called Slapface. behind-the-scenes photo gallery, and a book with new writing by B.J. Colangelo and Philip Escott from Second Sight. So, yeah, looks like an interesting release.
Yeah. I'll check that out maybe this weekend as well. I watched the trailer, was not as compelled, but
did it look like anything?
Like
it was influenced by anything?
I didn't pick up on it, but I wasn't like studying it. I was just trying to see if it looked good from the trailer. But I try not to judge movies by the trailer. Like if a trailer is great, then I'll check it out. Sometimes I'm disappointed. Sometimes the trailer's terrible. I'll check it out and it's great. One thing I know from having worked with John Daly, you can make a great trailer out of any movie.
That is true. That is so true. John is amazing at trailers.
He is the Lenny Riefenstahl of TerrorVision.
Please don't cut that and send that to John.
He can make anything look like it's the greatest thing ever. And then you watch it and you're like, what the fuck is this? What did I get myself into? Am I in some kind of evil cult now? So, yeah, I mean, all that is to say, I'm going to watch Slapface, but the trailer didn't move me.
Understandable. Next up, this is also from Shudder. The Sadness is back with a new slipcover variant. This is the same release as before, just with a different slipcover in case you missed out on the first one.
Oh. This is a beta axe at work for sure.
I'll skip right over it then. Next up is from Decanalog. Their newest title is 2024's Blue Sun Palace. And this one sounded very, very good. It says, winner of the French Touch Prize in the Critics Week lineup at the 2024 Cannes Film Festival. Constance Tsang's intimate, sensitively observed drama stars frequent Simon Lang collaborator Li Kang-sheng. Rebels of the Neon God is where you might recognize that name from. Alongside Wu Kei-shi and Xu Zhaipeng as three Chinese immigrants living in Flushing, Queens. He's a construction worker. They're employees of a massage parlor. They dream of being able to leave, whose routine lives and relationships are changed forever following a tragic Lunar New Year incident. A tender study of social isolation and messy emotional entanglement infused with melancholic atmosphere by the standout work of the DP Norm Lai, shooting on film. This thing looked beautiful. There's some interviews here with the filmmaker, Constance Tsang, interview with a couple of the actors, and then a booklet with the essay by the incredible Mariah Gates. Mariah Gates.
Cool, yeah. Not familiar with it, but that sounds worthwhile.
Got to finish the sentence before I hit the button. Next up, we've got yet another new partner label on the Vinegar Syndrome website, and that is the partner label 77. They are putting out the film Bronco Bullfrog from 1969. Interesting looking Andy Warhol-esque slipcover on this one. So for 77, this 77 is a boutique movie and music label based in New York City and Northwest Connecticut, dedicated to presenting restored vintage titles with unique cultural significance. Founded by Gabriel Karate, 77 delivers these long unseen works to North American audiences, both in cinemas and at home, marking their official long-awaited debuts. That, to me, sounds like it's written for Will to be interested in.
Yeah, I'm really interested in this film. This is coming out at a really exciting time in British experimental,
yes,
verite style films. And you know what 77 minus 10 is? Do you know?
Yes.
Does anybody know? I think this is significant.
Something for the Gen Zers.
Yeah. Is that what they are?
I think so. Or Gen Alpha or Gen Beta X.
You know, it's funny. There are all these articles out there about how like Gen Zers are so dumb. Like, what is this 6-7 thing? It's meaningless. It's just shows their brain rot. And I'm like, dude, you know what we used to do when we were that age? I am the great Cornholio. From my bubble. You know what I mean? Like how quickly we forget.
Yep.
I prefer 6-7 to the Cornholio.
Just get in on the meme. It'll be fine. So yeah, this sounds incredible. This says everybody's an actor. This is a 30-minute documentary charting the legendary theater director Joan Littlewood's teen acting workshops with future Bronco Bullfrog cast members. There's an interview from 1968 of Joan Littlewood. In the Company of Joan from 2016, there's a feature-length doc about the life and work of Joan. All kinds of like never before seen Q&A, trailers, teasers, new commentary by the director of photography, Adam Barker Mill. There's a Cinema 60 podcast episode on Bronco Bullfrog hosted by Bart DeLauro and Jenna Ipkar, a booklet with new essays by Christina Newland. I mean, yeah, this is supposedly an incredible movie that has just been long forgotten on home video. Sounds like it's going to be an incredible release for the first one for a promising label.
Yeah, this is in my like second round purchase.
That makes sense.
If I get any Christmas money or we invoice the money.
Next up is yet another new partner label. This is from the new label Bizarro. This is the 1973 film A Candle for the Devil. So a little bit about Bizarro. Bizarro is dedicated to unearthing the boldest, most original visions in Spanish cinema. Films that are as darling, provocative, and offbeat as they are artistically distinctive. Whether restoring lost cult treasures or bringing overlooked gems to new audiences, Bizarro offers a curated selection for cinephiles craving the unexpected. In Spanish, Bizarro means both strange and brave, a name that reflects our commitment to cinema at its most unconventional. Proudly partnering with OCN, we invite viewers to discover the fearless and extraordinary from Spain's cinematic underground, restored and celebrated for a new generation.
Wow, Eugenio Martin, right? Horror Express. Yeah, this was one that I ordered in my cart today.
That checks out. This was a unsung horrors title back in the day, so it's nice to see that get out. Hopefully more than 1,000 people will finally watch this on Letterboxd. I am thinking back, and I don't know the answer to this. If anybody knows the answer, please let me know in the chat. The individual that, and I apologize, I'm not remembering their name right now, but the guy that curated the Exorcismo box set for Severin that was on the Severin podcast with them seemed to indicate that he was starting a label, and this is all about Spanish cinema. Like, to me, it seems like, is this him? I would like to know if that's the same guy. Logically, it checks out. If it's a Spanish cinema label and he's over in Spain curating a Spanish box set for Severin, this is likely the same person. Would love to find that out.
Do some sleuthing, and if you can't get into heaven, burn a candle for the devil.
This is going to be presented in both its original Spanish language soundtrack with newly subs and the English dub track. There is going to be a new appreciation by Angel Sala, who's the director of Sitges. There is going to be a new interview with Eugenio Martin's partner, Lone Fleming. There is a retrospective interview with Vic Winter, and then an interview with Judy Geeson, alternate English language titles. Yeah, this sounds like a great first release too. I'm pretty stoked on this one.
Yeah.
And it's a 4K release. That's a big deal. This did get a Blu-ray release a while ago, but nice to see this upgraded. And good looking slipcover. Nice choice on the art. Nice choice on the title. I wish them well.
Looks elegant.
Next up is from Club Super 8. This is the Swedish label that has only been around for a few titles so far with OCN. And this is 1962's The Doll. The Doll. This one sounds and looks kind of weird. I like it. The Odd Night Watchman Lundgren lives alone in an old building filled with strange tenants. He falls in love with a mannequin in the shop where he works and manages to steal it and bring it home. London begins to buy clothes and presents, believing that the doll is alive and talking to him. The neighbors become suspicious and react strongly to his sick inclinations. This is a horror drama directed by the masterful Arne Mattsson and with the screenplay by Lars Forsell, a member of the Swedish Academy. This is going to be a region-free disc. There's a visual essay by Rikard Gramfors, who is the owner of Club Super 8. There is an intro by Mats Helga Olsen that is 40 minutes. That's a heck of an intro. There is some trailers on here. There's an audio commentary by Jani Hivjonen and Rikard Gramfors. That name was probably butchered. I hope that was close. There is a poster and photo gallery. There is also a bonus feature film, Eben Lunden. This is from 1973 and sounds and looks pretty good. Jared Honor from Mono Macabro was talking about seeing this one years ago and gave it a light recommendation. Probably not for everybody, but it sounds pretty good.
Well, the original Swedish title is Vaxstaken, and as you know, I am Vaxstaken skeptic. But I'm not ruling it out.
Understandable. Let's see.
This is not on RFK Jr.'s recommended list.
Our buddy Alex is here, and he says, Big Willie style, Papa's here.
What's up, Alex?
The sequel was called The Doll 2 On the Move, says Carrie Mulligan. That is, I don't know if that's a joke or not. That's the best part.
The soundtrack was by, also by Vaxstaken, doing.
I thought that was Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Right, doing Doll Warriors.
Mannequin Warriors. Let's make it make sense.
That was so dumb.
Next up, Canadian International Pictures had released this prior, but East End Hustle is available again with a new slipcover. This is a 4K release, just like the original one. Everything is the same, just a new slipcover. Check it out.
Yeah, I really want to get this one. I watched the trailer again, and the extras look great, and I just love the dialogue. You know, if you don't stay out of my heroin, I'm going to take you out. You can't just come in horning in on my territory, you know.
The accents tonight are pretty good.
This is the East End. You know, you go out there and you go back to Alberta where you came from there, you hoser.
That went on a boot 2 seconds longer than I expected. Next up.
That's what she said. Oh, hey, bow.
Bleeding Skull has put out their new title, which is 2016's Fujijukai.mov. This is a film by Katsumi Sakashida. This is a film shot entirely on iPhone, and the slipcover for this one has sold out already today.
Oh, damn. That was
Yes.
in my round 2 list. So when you say sold out, you mean the slipcovers or?
Yeah, that's what I said. The slipcover is sold out already.
Oh, okay.
This has never been released outside of Japan before today. This is an eerie found footage horror movie from, like I said, the filmmaker Katsumi Sakashida. The story follows Ami, a high school student who travels to the Jukai forest to take her own life. But when the students Maitan and Hinata interrupt Ami's plans, an even darker side of the forest is revealed. The first J-horror feature to be filmed entirely on an iPhone, this combines true crime chills with ambitious unfiction to build an unsettling experience that's a true discovery for found footage archaeologists.
He's interrupted by Logan Paul. Or is that the one? Or is it the other one?
Yeah, I think you're right. This is going to be restored from the original HD Cam Master. The video introduction by the director is included. There's a partial commentary by Jenny Nuff. There is an appreciation on the film by Bleeding Skull's Joe Ziemba. There is behind-the-scenes photo gallery. There's also a VHS version of the film on here.
Anytime I see partial commentary, it always makes me laugh because I imagine somebody talking about the movie and then like saying, I'm not going to talk about this part. and then picking up later.
That is funny. What I think is I don't know if I should say this. What I think is more likely is just like I've seen multiple times at other labels, is they'll ask a filmmaker to do a commentary, and the filmmaker does not know that a commentary is usually the length of the movie. And so they'll do a commentary, but it's like 25 minutes, and the film's 90 minutes. So the partial commentary is essentially just a video interview.
Well, sometimes that's all there is to say.
Or audio interview, sorry.
I've now that we've been doing special features for a while, and I've noticed that the pay rate is the same for audio commentaries no matter how long the movie is. I am now much more interested in commentaries for 75-minute movies than I am for 120-minute movies.
4 labels just crossed the names off the list. All right, that is Bleeding Skull's release for this month. Next up is from Dark Star Pictures, and that is 2024's George A. Romero's Resident Evil, which is another one that, if the slipcover is not gone already, it is about to be gone. I think it was almost gone when we logged in today, so it's probably gone by now. This is a documentary about the unprecedented access to the tumultuous behind-the-scenes dynamics, creative tensions, and ultimately the poignant demise of the envisioned film by George A. Romero. This is going to be a 2-disc region-free Blu-ray. We got a film commentary with Brandon Salisbury and Tom Robinolt. The slip is gone. Thanks, Gary. There is going to be some other extras, some discussions here, some roundtables, some interviews, lots of uncut interviews. There's just a lot here. I know that this crosses over across multiple fan bases, but yeah, this one was a little more popular than I expected it to be.
The slip is gone. You done me wrong, baby. I put this in my cart and then deleted it from the cart.
I did the exact same thing.
I'm gonna watch it first. I'm concerned that I'm not saying it's not worth watching or picking up. I'm just saying I don't know that it's got any information in it that I don't already know. And of course, George having already passed away, when I watched the trailer, I didn't see any archival interviews. I just saw a lot of gameplay footage of the first Resident Evil. And I was like, I don't know. But I saw it was streaming on Prime. So I'm gonna watch it first and then decide if I'm gonna buy it. But obviously, we all wish Romero had gotten to make Resident Evil. That would have been...
And like 19 other movies, because god dang it, he should have made so much more.
Well,
here we are. Next up is also from Dark Star Pictures. This is Gnomesick, 7 Slays Till Mithras. I can't believe I got through saying that and did not mess that up. I definitely saw that happening.
That's too much going on in one title.
It's a lot. It is absolutely a lot. This is from 2025, brand new film. We get a commentary with the writer-director on here. There's a theme song and lyric karaoke visualizer on the disc and a trailer. I've never seen this. I saw one person comment that it was okay.
Well, there it is. Yeah, trailer didn't move me. So I'm going to hold off on this, but I never say never on any OCM releases until I see
that.
Then sometimes I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I get that. This one was an immediate for me. So the next one is from the Film Desk, and it's The Gods of Times Square from 1999. This is shot on video over 6 years in the mid-1990s by legendary photographer Richard Sandler. The Gods of Times Square is a portrait of the crossroads of the world at the end of the millennium, told through the words of its denizens, particularly the various street preachers that populated every corner. Now, over 25 years since its transformation to the unrecognizable, the Times Square, known for one of many treasured, vanquished New York demonods. The Gods of Times Square is now available in an extended version through the auspices of Josh Safdie, Alara Pictures, and the Film Desk. This is 115 minutes long. We got a 2-disc release here. There are also 6 bonus films on this by Richard Sandler. We got Through the Looking Glass, The Gods of Times Square. We've got Brave New York, Everybody is Hunting, Sway, Subway to the Former East Village, and then some other extras on here. The Eyes of the City, Richard Sandler in conversation with Joseph A. Berger and Jed Rapfugel. We got a new video illustrated with Sandler still photographs from 2025. That's an hour long. The Gods of Times Square, the original StoryCorps audio episode produced in 1994 by Richard Sandler and Dave Isay. There is just so much on this. Yeah, this sounds incredible.
Yeah. Maybe. It didn't move me, but I can see why it would intrigue many.
Yep. Next up, ETR Media is doing their next documentary release, and this one is called The House from ... This is about people that live in homes that were famous for being in TV shows and movies. This is going to have some famous faces in it, like Jason Lee, Ethan Embry. There's going to be over an hour of extra footage, some deleted extended scenes, some bonus stuff for funsies, like a music video trailer, and some other stuff. Any thoughts on this one?
I thought it was at first Matthew Lawrence from like the Lawrence brothers, like Joey Lawrence.
Right.
But it's not, right?
I don't believe it is.
That's too bad. I'd want to live in the Blossom House.
What do you think is the most annoying house to live in from any pop culture?
Well, in my opinionation, it would have to be like, what do you mean annoying house?
Like if you lived in that house and there were people that would come up and do something annoying or always be in your driveway or something.
Well, I mean, they'd all be annoying if people were coming up into your driveway.
I mean, it depends on what they're doing. Like the Breaking Bad house in Albuquerque, supposedly the one with the famous shot of the pizza on the roof. People used to come and bring pizzas, and I don't know.
That's really dumb.
Yeah.
Why would anybody do that?
Because people do not have any couth.
Couth?
It's true.
I just, I'm constantly surprised why people do the things they do. Like, I don't know. I feel like, am I some kind of weirdo? Am I dissociated from my emotional core? Like, it just never occurs to me to do half the things that people do. For example, eating pizza on top of somebody's roof, or
I never said eating. From the show, they throw a pizza at the house.
Oh, that's how cool. Yeah, I don't know. So, I don't know. I'll probably check this out if it's streaming somewhere first.
It is likely a Tubi documentary.
Okay. I like
Next up, Cartoona releasing a new slipcover for Hundreds of Beavers. And again, if this hasn't sold out, it is probably selling out very soon. This is well on its way to being one of the, if not the best-selling partner label title ever, literally. This film has sold so many copies. This movie is legendary. It's kind of crazy.
Haven't seen it yet.
It's really funny. I love this movie.
Everybody says that.
Next up, Utopia putting up Hung Up on a Dream, the Zombies documentary from 2025, brand new. This is the first ever feature documentary nearly 60 years after they met as teenagers. This is going to be directed by Robert Schwartzman. We got two Q&As from the New Art Theater, both in full, night 1 and night 2. Both are almost an hour long. There's also a trailer on here. Are you a Zombies guy?
Yeah, I put this one in my cart and deleted it too. I love the Zombies. But looking through the trailer, I was like, I don't know if this is something I'm going to watch once and then never want to see it again. So I'm going to check it out first, but I'm very interested in it. They have a kind of tragic story. They should have been one of the biggest bands in the world. And like one of the best albums ever. Two of like the best songs ever. Zombies are great.
Good stuff. All right.
I mean, who hasn't at some point thought about saying out loud, "What's your name? Who's your daddy?" Like, how cool would you be? Way cooler than throwing a pizza.
Agreed. Next up is from Music Box, and that is the film Kill the Jockey from 2024. This one does look really good. It says, once renowned jockey Remo Manfredi has run out of track, perpetually inebriated, hopped up on horse drugs, and in hock to a minor mafioso. Remo seems to have a death wish. His girlfriend and fellow jockey Abril is pregnant, but more invested in this libidinous equestrian underworld than in their drab domestic existence. Remo's only hope of getting out of debt and starting a new life is riding on Mishima, a thoroughbred specifically imported from Japan for his next big race. When Mishima leaps over his fence, Remo winds up in the hospital with a life-threatening concussion. Hunted by the mob and replaced in Abril's bed by the alluring Anna, Remo dons a disguise and finds himself as herself, wandering the streets of Buenos Aires in a striking mink coat and going by the name Dolores. A wild and surreal crime comedy from Luis Ortega, Kill the Jockey explores the fluidity of identity, desire, and animal magnetism in a wholly original and unpredictable register.
Check out my new album collaborating with Dillinger Escape Plan, Libidinous Equestrian Underworld. Coming soon from Amphetamine Reptile Records. Yeah, this looks like a cool flick. I'm gonna check it out.
We got an interview on here and an image gallery and a teaser and trailer, and that is it. But yeah, this looks and sounds fantastic. Next one is from Kimstim, and this is the Left Behind Daughters trilogy. And I had to pick this one up because I like to be absolutely gutted when I watch movies sometimes. And this sounds like I will be when watching this.
That's why you like the Saw films.
Yeah, this sounds really great. Spanning more than a decade, this is a radical trilogy from husband and wife filmmakers Huang Ji and Ryuji Otsuka. This is powerfully examining the plight of young women in China through 3 intimately observed coming-of-age stories. This is going to have a 2-disc release, trailers for all 3 films, and then a book with new writing by Ryan Swen. Kimstim has done some great work so far. Looks like a great release. Very curious if anybody's seen this one and has some feelings to share because it sounds just incredible. Of course, I messed that up and clicked away when Will walked away. Next up is from Factory 25. The next title is No Sleep Till, and this is from 2024. This says, when the coastal Florida town of Atlantic Beach is threatened by an impending hurricane, locals prepare for a mandatory evacuation. But as the last tourists depart and residents board up their homes, a few wanderers feel strangely compelled to remain. Among them are 2 longtime friends who embrace willful ignorance in pursuit of their dream gig, a local teenager who bikes alone through the darkening night, and an obsessive storm chaser who recognizes this might be the opportunity of his career. As if haunted by the soon-to-be ghost of their hometown, they venture into the night and face the threats that await them with fascination and dread. Ominous and dreamlike in equal measure, the debut from Alexander Simpson and the latest feature from Omnis Films, who also did Christmas Eve in Miller's Point, Ephus, and Ham on Rye, is a hypnotic take on the disaster movie. This is going to have a behind-the-scenes shot by Bob Simpson, 32-page booklet with essays, and an interview of Alexander Simpson by Natalia Kagan. Anybody seen this one? I would love to hear about it. Let me know. Carrie Mulligan says, stupidly skipped over even looking at Left Behind Daughters because I assumed it was biblical bullshit, but it sounds good and looks to be selling well. Yeah, it definitely looks to be selling well. I'm kind of surprised. It looked like it was going to sell out earlier, but it held on for a little while. So check that out if you are into Left Behind Daughters. And No Sleep Till. This one, like I said, is Factory 25. Next up, this one is from Brainstorm Media, and this is North Hollywood from 2021. This is a slice of life film about a kid who must decide between choosing the future his father wants or following his dream of becoming a pro skater. This is going to include the theatrical and director's cut versions of the movie, a commentary with the writer-director Mikey Alfred, one of the actresses, Miranda Cosgrove, costume designer, the cinematographer, and then another actor, Ryder McLaughlin. We've got Vince Vaughn in this, Angus Cloud, and like I said, Miranda Cosgrove. Some bigger names in this one, and this one looks pretty good. I'm kind of curious if Will was going to get this one. What about you? Anybody else after this one? Let me know. Next up is another one from Cartoona. These are the ones that we just talked about with the Hunters of Beavers release. Gary says North Hollywood is good. The movie, the city, not so much. It depends on where at North Hollywood. This one from Cartoona is the Reveries trilogy. This is from 2018, 2020, and 2025. This is created by comedians Anthony Orbach and Matt Barretts, and the director Graham Mason over nearly a decade. This is a series of increasingly complex and ambitious comedy art films that revolve around two mysterious drifters who never speak, but whose inner monologues carry us across a landscape of absurdist one-liners, weird tales, and stream of consciousness musings. Is that a dog still?
Was it not muted?
No, it was not.
The mute button. I'm not muted?
You are not now.
I'm not muted.
Nope.
I'm not muted? Man, I was muting myself when I coughed like 5 times.
I saw you tried. None of it muted ever tonight.
Shit.
That's a dog in the background. This Reveries trilogy is going to have 3 commentaries. We got an original short, and then a comedian I like. Chris Gethard is on this. He's got a Chris Gethard Presents episode, and then a Chris Gethard Presents promo. Definitely had to get this one. I'm very curious if the dog is going to be okay, Will.
I don't give a shit.
Jesus.
Look, the dog is puking up. Do you want to know what happened?
Do we need to know?
The dog is puking up cat litter and clumps of cat waste because the dog decided to eat the cat litter. So, you know.
I love that the dog sound stopped and then you muted it for a moment.
I just, what are you supposed to do?
Let's talk about the next title instead of listening to dog puke. Glass Eye Pictures is putting out Satan Hates You from 2010. This one is going to be starring Don Wood, Christine Spencer, Angus Scrim, Reggie Bannister, Michael Berryman, Debbie Rochon, Larry Fessenden. Lots of names that you probably recognize there. Specifically, Michael Berryman, Angus Scrim, Debbie Rochon, Larry Fessenden, one that we've talked about for a long time. We've got a 22-minute making of on here. There is a couple short films, Christmas short film themes. We've got December 23rd and 18 Reindeer. 13 TV segments from the film featuring Angus Scrim and then Pauly Peretti and the author Max Brooks. An audio commentary with James Felix McKinney, cast and crew members. And then that's it. I have never seen Satan Hates You. Will, this does seem like one that you would have seen at some point. Did you see this?
I did order this. It's a parody of the old like chick Christian comics and scare films. And look at that cast. I mean, you know.
Yeah. I went through the stills for this before I saw the cast, and I went, "Oh God, Michael Berryman, that's an immediate." Love that dude. Next up is from Saturn's Core, and this is Spectre's Rock from 2010. And Jesus, this sounds crazy. So let's go through this real quick. Plunge headlong into the bizarre happenings of Lamplight County and discover the secrets of Spectre's Rock. Geneva awakens in terror at 4 a.m. to discover her ex-boyfriend, Halbert, standing in the corner of her bedroom, maybe portraying a beta X. The following morning, she receives the shocking news that Halbert was murdered at the exact same time as his ominous materialization in her room. Soon after, everyone's in town is experiencing the same simultaneous nightmare involving a strange man called the Lurker. Local philosopher and meditator Travis Martin becomes entangled in the investigation when his initials are found carved near the murder scene. In his obsessive search to find the truth and locate the sequestered Geneva, Travis encounters garish hitmen, a mysterious lotion saleswoman, an escaped face-skinning serial killer, a diminutive interrogator, and a supernatural entity named Minx, who haunts the local sizzler after inexplicably returning from the dead. Enter the world of dreams and shadow of reality in Spectre's Rock, where murder, mystery, and mustard stains are perpetually par for the course. This sounds insane. This has a new transfer from the original Digibeta master tapes with optional introduction by the writer-director. We've got a commentary with the writer-director and one of the actresses, some deleted scenes, electronic press kits. We've got an interview with one of the actresses and collaborators on there. We got a behind-the-scenes photo gallery. But then, in Saturn's core fashion, we have a bonus movie, Spectre's Rock 2025, a brand new 2025 sequel featuring Sabrina S. Sutherland, John Blythe Barrymore, and Olivia Parrish with optional commentary as well. There are deleted scenes. There's going to be a short film from 2025, a short film from 2021. There is so much on here. Saturn's Core, no matter what, like they will use every single square kilobyte in a release.
Special cameo by Joe Flaherty as the Spectre.
Amazing.
Of Sizzler.
Are you into this one?
Did not purchase today. Am interested.
There is some Twin Peaks ties for this one, obviously. The big thing that they reveal in the copy, which, as per usual, the Saturn's Core copy is so long that I couldn't put the entire thing on Instagram. And so reading through the copy on this, you will find that this was never before distributed on any physical media, and it was notorious because it had its trailer hidden as an Easter egg on the Season 1 DVD of Twin Peaks.
Oh, really? That's
Yes.
This
This is a 2.5-hour Twin Peaks David Lynch-inspired SOV epic boasting over 40 locations and an extensive cast, including Bonnie Aarons, who plays the nun from the Conjuring series.
Well, if you're on a budget, get this, and by the time you finish it, the next sale will be up.
That's true. That's true. And if that's not enough Twin Peaks for you this month, you get to check out something that I saw a lot of people laughing at today, the last of the regular Vinegar Syndrome website partner releases, and that is the amazingly titled Twin Cheeks.
Oh, you have to censor that, huh?
I did censor this because I've been warned so many times on Facebook that I am about to be banned from Facebook for my my slipcovers that have gone through with nudity on.
Well, instead, just put racial slurs instead.
Oh, that would have been fine. Yeah, that's promoted.
I won't mind that at all.
And we should note that the pine cones and log on the backside that are strategically placed are absolutely allowed to be on Facebook. So those are unedited. So Twin Peaks is the inspiration for this one as well, of course. VHS Hitfest putting out Twin Cheeks from 1994. This is a college student goes undercover as a stripper and male hustler to infiltrate the crime duo responsible for his brother's death. Twin Cheeks feels like if John Waters picked up a video camera and made a Twin Peaks homage and sprinkled in a dash of Rainer Werner Fassbinder for good measure. Filmed in a lot of the same locations David Lynch used, but with the absurdity turned way up, Kelly Hughes and his unsung legend of the underground, and we are so happy to bring his work to more people. This is only an hour long, and this has an audio commentary with the director, Kelly Hughes, an interview with Kelly Hughes, Wrapped in DNA featurette, Bliss Does Hollywood featurette, some music videos, some short films, and then, of course, a bonus feature film. It's not The House, it's My Mother is the title of that film, and I don't know how to feel about that.
I want to see this. I appreciate the enthusiasm, but I do not for 1 second believe that this is going to remind me of John Waters or Rainer Werner Fassbinder.
Can I say I like how long you held on the word "but" there?
Hey, Valentino. You hear that? There's a good, much better sound.
It's a much better sound.
Yeah.
Carrie Mulligan, was this not quite obvious that this is man ass? I for 0 seconds thought this was woman ass. Anyways.
Well, you don't know how they identify.
Well, I guess that is true.
I wouldn't say that ass is in any way demure.
This is true. If you do want to see some woman ass, one thing that you could do is go over to the Melusine site and pick up Jess Franco's Doriana Gray, which is
good.
I'm sure you did. This is from the brand new OCN partner label Delirium. This is an interesting one because they put out this film on Blu-ray temporarily without OCN earlier this summer, and they bungled a bunch of things. And then OCN said, "Come to Papa," and Delirium Home Video is now a part of the OCN family. This is the Jess Franco film from 1976, and it is featuring the one and only Lena Romay. One of the greats. This is going to have an audio commentary by Troy Howarth. There's interviews with Jess Franco, Erwin Dietrich, and Lena Romay. There's some Erwin Dietrich trailers. You got the English subtitles, and the cool thing is this has the German audio. It's not just the English dub for this release. Any thoughts on Doriana Gray, since you are such a big Jess Franco fan?
Yeah, I ordered it.
I'm not surprised.
It's great.
I'm sure many people did. Love the slipcover art on this one. I hope the release is decent. Yeah, I don't understand why people were mad about Dirty Work, other than the chest hair cover was not great. That is it for OCN. So, any overall thoughts on OCN for this month, Will?
Great month. Wish we had a few more months for the discount to stay in place, but do what we gotta do.
I understand why they can't do it, but I would love to see you, when you're a subscriber, the discount on the partner label, that be good for a year following the release.
It would be nice. I mean, I don't know. It would be nice. Stuff that's released in January, you have 12 months to budget for it, and then stuff in December is a lot tougher. But I love
12 days.
I love the variety of releases this month, and all year it's been great. But the variety this month is particularly cool. I mean, to go from the Dam Busters to Twin Cheeks, to go from all the way down the line. I mean, pretty much every genre was covered. Cool looking documentaries, comedies, dramas, stuff from all around the world. Fantastic.
It's kind of easy to do when you've got like 45 different partner labels now.
Yeah, well, I mean, we're looking at this Netflix and Warner Brothers thing, and it seems like the only way for smaller companies to survive is by releasing a few titles and being quick and nimble. So as we potentially lose access to so much historically important work, we also see the algorithmic conglomerates making fewer and fewer films of consequence. And so getting a chance to see all of these weird and unique and at least films that are attempting to do something artistic is such a breath of fresh air. After I'm embarrassed that I spent part of my life watching The Accountant 2 last night, when I could have watched like half of that Saturn's Core movie.
That's really funny.
Yes, it's great. What do you think, Valentina? Do you like adventurous cinema? Yes, she does. And I know Clouseau does. Diabolique.
Well, we do have just a few left. We've got some Kino stuff.
Those.
February 3rd, they're releasing A Day in the Life of Jimmy Reardon from 1988. We had heard about this recently, but now we got all the details. This has new audio commentary by Paul Anthony Nelson and Perry Cummings. You a River Phoenix fan? Especially of that hairstyle?
I'm not a fan. But I think he was already gone before I was even into movies, you know?
Yeah.
I love My Own Private Idaho, of course. What else is he in that's good? Stand By Me, I guess. Yeah.
Checks out. Next is America 3000 from them. This is coming on February 24th. This got an announcement last May, and now we know when it's coming. There's going to be new HD masters from a 2K scan of the 35mm interpositive, new commentary by David Engelbach, that's moderated by Douglas Hosdale, and a new interview with the actress Lauren Landon on this one.
Hell yeah. What does it say about me after going into like my monologue about adventurous artistic cinema, and then I'm like, River Phoenix, but America 3000, hell yeah, this is some cheap ass post-apocalyptic Mad Max ripoff. Jim, this is a fun one.
I posted this, and I think somebody on Facebook commented, "Oh, this looks like an interesting documentary."
Or Maureen Landon, you know, she's quite fetching, and Hundra, another great post-apocalyptic film. But all the marbles, underseen and underappreciated Robert Aldrich movie about women's wrestling. Would really like to see that one get a release. But yeah, America 3000 is fun.
Last two, I think this first one we actually have talked about before because it just got announced in the UK fairly recently. We got a 4K coming from Kino of Port of Shadows from 1938. This is coming on February 24th. There's a new audio commentary by Simon Abrams on this one. There is nothing new on the Blu-ray disc other than that commentary, but there are some archival extras, including an intro by Jeanette Vincent-Doe and a documentary called On the Port of the Shadows. Any thoughts on this one that you want to bring up?
Oh, it's a beautiful movie. I can't wait to... You know what? I don't even think I've seen it on Blu-ray yet. I think I've only ever seen my old Criterion DVD. So this is
nice.
A revelation. Spoiler alert for those who've never seen it. There's a shit ton of fog in this movie.
Which means lots of shadows.
Yeah.
All right. Last one up this week from Kino is Little Trouble Girls from 2025. This is going to be including a theatrical trailer, and that's all I know. It's a brand new movie. It says, at her mother's urging, introverted 16-year-old Lucia joins her Catholic school's all-girls choir, where she befriends Anna Maria, a popular older student. When the choir travels to a countryside convent for a weekend retreat of intensive rehearsals, Lucia navigates the unfamiliar surroundings, complex teenage social structures, and her own awakening sexuality. A series of initiations, including an eye-opening experience with a handsome construction worker, test Lucia's friendship with Anna Maria and the other girls as she begins to question her beliefs and disrupt the harmony within the choir.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's like Crossroads.
With less
one of the primitive age movies.
This is true. But that's it for this week. And now, just in case you forgot, let's talk about what's coming out next week. We got Minority Report on 4K. We've got Dogma on 4K. Catch Me If You Can 4K. The Emperor's New Groove 4K from Disney. Airplane getting its standalone 4K release. Minority Report and Catch Me If You Can getting Steelbook releases as well. Shawscope Volume 4 is going to be out, even though for many of us it has already arrived. Anaconda 4K Steelbook from Sony. Nacho Libre 4K from Kino. The Gray 4K Steelbook from Scream Factory. Awakenings 4K from Sony. Good Fortune 4K from Lionsgate. I Know Where I'm Going 4K from Criterion. Top Secret Standalone 4K. The Emmanuel box set getting its wide release from Severin. Battle Royale 4K Steelbook from Lionsgate Limited should be shipping soon. Jarhead 4K from the studio as well. Dan Curtis's Gothic Tales from Kino. Dead of Night 4K from Kino. The Black Christmas 4K Steelbook from Shout. Southpaw 4K Steelbook from Lionsgate. The Blues Brothers 4K Steelbook with that new featurette on there. Hearts of Darkness 4K from Lionsgate. Salam Bombay 4K from Criterion. Triple Threat 3 Sammo Hung films from Eureka. American Psycho 4K from Lionsgate Limited. Laurel and Hardy, the Restored Classics. The Restored Silence. We've got Silver River from Warner Archive. We've got Kill List 4K from Severn getting its wide release. Riddick 4K Steelbook from Shout. I'm Still Here from Sony Pictures Classics. The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon Season 3 Blu-ray. Splendid Outing from Radiance, Lady of Burlesque from Filmmasters. That Rosa release that I held up earlier from 88 Films. The Strangers Chapter 2, which they just showed The Strangers Chapter 3 teaser today. That comes out in February already. Yikes. OC and Stigs from Radiance. Emmanuel 4K getting its standalone release from Severn. Dead of Winter getting its Blu-ray release. Beast of War from Welgo. And then that is it, I believe, from the big ones, other than some wide releases of stuff that we've already seen. You've got a few of those on the way, I think.
Yeah, well, I think Awakenings has one of the most interesting supplemental features, if you want to call it that. When you start the movie, it's standard def. And then about a quarter of the way through, it goes into 4K. And then at the end, it drops to VHS quality.
Like you've had an awakening?
Well, anybody who's seen that movie is going to think that's the funniest joke ever. I think.
I was about to say, I need to see it because I've only ever heard great things. Never seen it.
Never seen it? Oh, that's why you didn't get that genius level joke.
Nope. Ronnie always gets your jokes, though.
Ronnie gets it. Thanks, Ronnie. I'll explain it to you. Oh, Craig.
Oh, man. That is great. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff happening right now. Way too many titles to keep track of, for sure.
If you don't think I'm funny, just look at this kitten instead. Oh, and somebody was asking if the dog was going to be okay. Yeah, he'll be fine. This is not... Oh, the cat's licking himself. This is not an uncommon thing. But cats are better than dogs. That's one thing Craig and I can agree on. I love my dog, don't get me wrong. It's just, he's a lot.
Yeah, I get that.
Ooh. Ooh. So, you want to just do some ASMR for the next couple hours?
Why did I put my ear up to the microphone? All right. Anything that you want to share, hype up, talk about?
I don't think. Well, I just want to say I'm really, really, really excited about the releases that we have worked on that we cannot say yet. I hope soon. 2026 is shaping up to be really big. I look forward to sharing with you all some projects I've been working on that are coming out soon. And yeah, I hope everyone has a happy holiday season and is able to be both indulgent and responsible in their collecting and film viewing. And I don't know, maybe in the Discord you should get a favorite holiday movie thread going. Make some recommendations to one another.
Somebody that's still watching, go post that in the film discussion channel. Yeah, I'm excited for some of those projects next month. I've got probably the biggest one I've been working on. We'll finally be able to talk about that. There's stuff happening. What?
Oh yeah.
there's stuff happening behind the scenes that I never imagined could be possible, and yet we have a lot to discuss. Not to mention, it's going to be a big year for physical media. Some of the titles that I've seen that some of these labels are working on. I mean, even the ones that we know so far, like the January slate from Deaf Crocodile alone that they've announced looks freaking incredible. There's some great stuff coming from all these labels.
You know, if Hollywood stops making movies right now and the boutiques keep chugging along,
We'd still have years.
I'm fine with it. I don't watch new movies anyway. Everybody knows that.
Well, with Netflix buying Warner Brothers, that might happen sooner than later.
I know, right? You know, or maybe we'll see an explosion of new production centers. Nollywood, Bollywood, you know, Hong Kong.
I'd love to see some more places open up some tax incentives across the U.S.
Yeah.
Bring some of those productions back rather than letting them go up to Toronto, or some of the crazy ones that are going to like Eastern Europe because it's easier to film there and cheaper to get like an entire crew flown over there.
Almost all the Wrong Turn movies, which are set in Greenbrier, West Virginia, were shot in Romania.
Yeah. Kind of crazy.
Yeah. So, you know, as Dickens said, 'twas the best of times, was the worst of times. It's been a very challenging year, but it's also been a really exciting year. And, you know, I'll say this. We're never going to survive unless we get a little crazy. So let's do that.
Let's get crazy then. Everybody, it's been a fun week. Next week on the show, we got another first-time guest. I've been loving having many first-time guests on.
Ooh.
I'll tell you after, because I'm pretty excited about it.
Oh, the secret.
We shall.
Furstenberg.
That would be hilarious to have him host Reconnected. It is going to be a busy month, but I'm excited to see what we get going through it. And Will, thanks for always doing this. Thanks for your kitties making an appearance tonight.
Ooh. Are you down with OPP, Ryan?
Always. You know me.
And the button.
And thank you for watching The Disconnected. On the way out, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, that you've liked the video, and that you've copied the link to be able to share it with someone else that may appreciate this.